coming around the wall. Around the wall. Got him.
Here as well, get pushed by two. Takes one down.
He's down. He's down.
Down right now. It's up to Mantic.
I love their setup.
One down. Limb.
Behind.
There you go.
Nice. Wiped out by K unit.
Across the street, over to our left.
They're running right at him.
GG's.
Oh, that's a nice
He's playing sarcasm 1v1. Here it is.
Oh!
I'm gonna game this kid. Down him. Got the hard. Nice. Good.
They hit the high ground.
Oh my goodness. Mr. B.
And she was like, I'm top 14, and now it's 29.
Let's go, boys! Let's do it! Let's go!
Welcome to the second Tranzlabs Call of Duty Warzone Streamer Showcase presented by Go Sports. I'm Matty Marshall. We got Jared, Brad, Scotty Graham, and Ferocia as co-hosts today to watch this battle go down. Now, the format, it's pretty simple. 19 teams of 3 are going to battle through 5 custom lobbies, with each team's best 3 lobbies counted towards their total. Now, in this fight, a premium is put on placement. So each kill, 1 kill, worth only a point. First place, going to be 12 points. Second place, 8 points. Third, 5 points. Fourth, 3. Fifth, 2 points. Now, the winning team of the 5 lobbies is going to take home $550. And there's going to be a special 6 lobby. It's a solo battle. It was super fun last time. And there's $100 at stake. Looking forward to seeing who's going to take it this time. Now, our winners from the first one, they're in this battle right now. We got Mr. B, who took the team battle. Looking forward to them. They are definitely a favorite. And then also Rocky Knuth, K Unit. He took the first place prize in that solo battle. Now, we got a great lineup of streamers. Also got a great lineup of co-hosts. And let's bring him in right now to discuss about what is about to go down here and talk through a few of these favorites. And right away, we're going to start out. Let's jump in. Jared, Brad, let's talk about Mr. B, the winner of the first battle. What do you think we're going to see out of Mr. B's squad here, man? They were pretty dominant in that first one.
Yeah, Maddie, I think we're going to see about the same thing. They came out pushing strong from the beginning, aggressive. It's gifted and massive flow, or now his teammates, a little different from last time. But I think Mr. B found the secret sauce the last time to get a lot of wins, rack up a lot of kills. And I would prepare to see them do the same thing again.
Yeah, I mean, you got to obviously count them as a huge favorite here. They were really dominant, like we said. But also, I feel like talking about favorite, Scotty, let's bring you into the conversation here. Let's talk about Ronnie D's on team, Team Lords. I mean, he's pretty stacked up. He's got Keith Brown, who's got an insane KD ratio. He's also looking at with Silos Cortez. I mean, and I've seen him stream before, man. He's a beast. What do you think about Ronnie's squad right now?
Yeah, the Lords are looking good right now. You know, Ronnie, their fresh frosted tips looking great. Gonna bring a buff of high KD with Keith and Silos. We'll see them trying to reel it in and maybe not focus on kills, but put a premium on that first place win. You know, try and get some dubs out here.
Let's jump to Ferocia, new member here of our broadcast squad. Ferocia, stoked to have you. You were an awesome competitor in the first one, and love digging your stream. But here's the deal. Right now, also we got Kayla Delancey. What are your thoughts on her squad?
Kayla plays Call of Duty almost every single day. She's an avid player. I play with her a lot. She's very competitive, and her squad, the people she's with right now, are no joke. I'm really interested to see what her team can do because they're definitely very good players.
Scotty, jumping back to you here, Kaya Knuth. She was also in our first battle. What are your thoughts on her chances here? Obviously her dad going to be a favorite here, seeing as he won the solo challenge. What do you think she's got for us?
Well, I think she's more familiar with the format now, so hopefully be able to have a stronger start than we saw at the last tournament. But the story as old as time, her versus her father, really looking to bring get some wins over her dad here, as her dad got the best of her last showing.
Yeah, and then you got to jump into her dad's squad. Rocky Knuth, a paintball legend himself. We got a lot of high-level paintball players here. We got some legends in the game, some world champions, some current world champs. I mean, it's a pretty nasty paintball lineup, pretty nasty streamer lineup. Jared, jumping to you, though, with Rocky's squad. What do you think he's bringing here to this specific battle here on Caldera?
Yeah, I think like Mr. B Piff, and he's going to do a lot of the same. They found that secret time frame to get wins at times they needed him, getting a lot of kills, playing with DJ Knuth, General Luce. So he's got a couple of new team players as well. So we'll see how the chemistry goes there. Again, we'll hope to see a lot of the battles between the family on Caldera, which would be awesome. So really looking to see them really push them way up the board as they go along here in the games.
You know, speaking of interesting people, Rocky's super fascinating in his history. In paintball, I'll be playing against his daughter, playing with his son. Talking about families, though, Ferocia, fam mode, mom and dad mode. What are your thoughts on what they're bringing to the table right now?
Yeah, definitely adding on to that whole family aspect. They're a husband and wife. They're known for how awesome their stream looks. They stream the same time, 2 cameras, 2 games going, and it's just they have awesome graphics. It's so entertaining to watch. But aside from that, they have excellent energy. They're just always positive, but they go hard. So I'm looking forward to see what they do.
Jumping into another paintball squad here, Scotty, jumping back to you. Corey Hall from the Latin Saints, new superstar pro team put together here in the offseason, the NXL, the best pro leagues in the world, and that is now they're sitting at second. Corey, loves Call of Duty. I'm a good friend of Corey Hall, and I talk to him a ton, and man, he's always on the sticks and loves him some Call of Duty. What do you think he's bringing to the table right now?
I think that team's also, he's playing with the Dews as well. That team also brings a higher KD. But funny enough, I see him play with the Lords a lot. So it's interesting he's not in the mix with them. But also on the Lords, Silos Cortez, his teammate on the Latin Saints, a lot of bragging rights going to go around here as, if they get the best of each other, we're going to see them talk a lot of smack. It's going to be great.
Yeah, always bragging rights at stake, as well as some cash here, again, courtesy of Transcend and Tranzlabs. So big shout out to our sponsor and helping put this all together. Jumping in, though, to Fishy Live. Jared, back to you. What do you think Fishy Live's bringing to the table here?
Yeah, they were placing in the top 6 the last tournament. I think he's going to bring that mindset of a professional ex-Halo player to the game like he did before. We have a lot of connections in here. Lauren HK is his fiance, so they'll be battling on the boards. We did see them battle a little bit last time around, and so it'll be interesting. But I think he had one tournament under his belt here with his teammates. Then they're going to go round 2 here.
Jumping into our last little highlighted potential favorite. Again, 19 teams thrown down. We're just touching on, some potential favorites here. Doesn't mean they're going to win. But back to you, Scotty Graham. Tyler Humphreys. Tyler Humphreys is about as legendary as you can get as a paintball player. He's a world champ with Trauma. It is Team Trauma. What are your thoughts on Tyler Humphreys' chances here in the Streamer Showcase?
Yeah, T-Hump's looking good. He's an OG in the paintball world. We're going to see what he can bring to the gaming world here. But he was saying earlier he can't wait to catch, Rocky Knuth sleep and, talking a lot of smack over there. So we're going to see what he can bring to the table here. Excited to see what he's got.
Yeah, and also in the mix is going to be Steven, one of the ex-pro players on Trauma. And he's playing on another squad. And he's also playing with one of our boys from Ghost Sports back in the day, Cena. And Omid is playing with Steven. So it's going to get crazy out there. Again, we're going to be jumping into these live battles shortly. But before we do, let's kind of talk and touch on what the battle is going to be. And let's set the stage for this. Again, it does appear that in this specific format that a premium is put on placement. Kills just 1 point. You get that first place. It's 12 points. Ferocia, I want to start with you here because you were a competitor in this last one, went pretty deep in the solo round. So, once we get to that solo round, also want to touch on you and weigh on you heavily as far as what you were seeing in there. But just kind of break it down for everyone out there. These 19 teams of 3 about to battle here for some cash. Based on what you saw in your experience in that last one, what's on everyone's mind right now? What do they need to do to take this victory?
Well, I think first of all, a lot of things are going to come down to who plays Caldera the most, who knows the map the most. I think people don't play this quite as much as they used to play Verdansk as a general statement. So there's going to be map knowledge, which is seriously important here. A lot of people play a lot more Rebirth these days. I know there's a big handful of people that focus on Rebirth. So if they can translate that into the way this game flows on Caldera, then they could be successful because you can't do them both the same way. So it just depends on how people translate it in and how well they know the map.
Well, if we can kind of elaborate on that just a touch, tactically speaking, what would be the big difference here? What are you looking to see out of these 19 teams that you think are going to give them the chance to prevail out here today?
I think it's absolutely going to come down to patience. It's easy to be impatient on Rebirth because you can always come back. You go for kills. It's very cutthroat. I think in this scenario, people really need to focus on their teamwork. They need to focus on keeping their teammates alive, and more of the nitty gritty detail type stuff, as opposed to just like go all the time.
Jared, let's bring you into this conversation. You're super experienced here, calling Call of Duty. We had you. You're a pleasure to have on the last show. What are your thoughts on what's about to go down right now, based on what we saw and your experience and the current format that is in place here to determine a winner?
Yeah, to add on what Ferocia said, I think some of these newer teams are going to get to know them. Obviously, the ones we've seen before, the Rockies team with K Unit and Mr. P with the big win, Fishy, and the fan mode. Some of those that were playing at the top level. I would expect those to be aggressive from the get-go, because I think they found, again, the secret to what it takes. You got to push, you got to play. They felt comfortable with the nap. I think they're going to go with that. But it'll be definitely interesting to see what these new teams bring to it. I do see that our KD numbers for most teams is a little higher than the last tournament, so that we should see more interaction, I would think, with that. That means people are a little more aggressive to get to the game. I'm not going to play the circle a little bit more. Yes, I think some teams are going to be patient, but I think we're going to see, with that KD being a little higher, I think we're going to see more teams aggressive, which will give us some great interaction between these teams, and hopefully get some great plays till the end of the game.
Scotty, same sort of questions for you though, brother. What do you think, man? I mean, they're talking about aggression. You playing with Seattle Thunder this year, coming up with the Brooklyn Bears, and I mean, you're a front guy. You're an aggressive human being. Do you think it's going to be aggression that wins the day out here? A premium is put on placement. So, 12 points for that first place, and then only down to fifth place do you get points. But it's only 2 points. I mean, obviously you get a point per kill here. What are your thoughts on that aggression versus kind of playing the circle a little bit more?
Well, we'll see. Ferocia hit the nail right on the head, saying, it's up to the team and what they're used to, whether it be Rebirth or generic Warzone. Those Rebirth teams are all gas, no brakes. So they're just working on getting kills, and they can die because they can just come back 15 seconds later. So I think we'll see those teams start off hyper aggressive. I mean, the zones are pretty quick in Caldera, but those aggressive teams may start to slow down if they don't get the placements that they're looking for.
Yeah, and let's talk about some of those placements on Caldera. Ferocia, jump back to you here. Where obviously a lot depends on this, is on your drop, but where do you think people need to be here on this map?
I think what I would focus on the most is just playing that circle the correct way, because if you get stuck and that thing starts moving really fast, which happened to me last time, then your team is half dead and you have nothing else to do. So I think it's really important to watch those circles, because they start moving so quickly, and then your team kind of gets screwed. So making sure you're all together as much as you can be and moving with that circle would be very important.
Getting a little look here at the tournament explainer again, just to reiterate here, the invited streamers will be playing in their own trios. So teams of 3. Event consists of 5 custom lobbies, and then the best 3 lobbies counted towards the total. So Jared, knowing that the best 3 lobbies, where do you think their heads need to be as far as like a focus and like a confidence standpoint, as far as what we saw in the last one and what you've seen in your experience?
Yeah, I think the first one, like I said before, and I think it kind of always translates. Some teams obviously deviate from it, but the first one's always like that test, because you have 3 that you can hold on to. And the first one is getting your gel together, getting the teammates on the same comms. As Ferocia said, if you're not in the right place, like on this map, if you are not in the high ground, if you are not on the right side of the circle, we've seen teams just get wiped, whether it be the map gets them or they're just getting held out because they're not ready and not ready to move into place. And also a big thing too is loadout. Getting to your loadout as quickly as you can. That's a huge thing we've seen with a lot of teams able to getting their perks, getting their guns that they want, not picking up the garbage off the ground or whatever they can take. But sometimes, depending on where the placement is, it'll dictate what you're doing. So I think, again, this first game is going to be very interesting, like we saw in the last tournament. Some teams felt aggression, like the Mr. P's, the Rocky Knuth, some of those other teams. But other ones we played real slow, like the Fishy played a little bit slow, and we had Dan Tan's team played a little bit slow. So I think they're just going to get their feeling for in the first game, and then after that, they'll put the gas on and go forward.
Scotty, talk to me a little bit more about loadouts and what are people going for here? Because Call of Duty's been around forever. Remember playing Call of Duty 1, loved it, and then, went off after that. But as it stands right now with what we're going to be seeing in the battle that's about to take place, what are people going for loadout-wise?
So I think there's a lot of balance right now in the selection for weapons. So I think one gun's going to be range, and then something else SMG related close up. Last tournament we saw a lot of heartbeat sensors. So we'll see in terms of utility what teams are going to be using. I know there are a lot of houses, but also a lot of elevation and other props on the map. So we'll see if bouncing betties and other stuff like claymores come into play as well. Other teams may use snapshots, stuff like that. But I think ultimately there's a pretty balanced meta right now. So I think we could see a good mix or a good variety, of weapon selections from team to team.
Ferocia, do you agree? And also got to ask about, you were talking about position here on Caldera. Where do you feel that people need to be? Obviously, this is contingent upon how it all breaks down, but what was working for you guys last time? What wasn't working for you? And what were you seeing out there that was prevailing?
I definitely agree about the weapons. If you get stuck with just a pistol, you got to find something. Good luck. Especially when that circle is closing in. It's hard to get out of that scenario. As far as placement goes, obviously high ground is the best place to be. If you find yourself on the bottom of something, I don't know, run, do something, because there's so many elevation changes, and the foliage is just wild on Caldera. You really, really, really have to concentrate on getting yourself to an advantage point before it's too late.
And yeah, let's break down the scoring real quick before we jump into lobby number 1 and see how it's all about to break down. Again, it's pretty simple. 1 point per kill. A premium they'll put on placement. If you can, again, out of 19 teams, though, going to be pretty tough to secure that first place finish, but only your top 3 count. 12 points for first place, 8 points for second place, 5 for that third place finish, 3 for fourth place, and then 2 points for the fifth place finish. So if you finish out of the top 5, you really need to go big on the kill count to make that specific score relevant in that lobby. Scotty, again, with the aggression versus, playing the circle and, again, knowing you get that as we can kind of see there, see how much people are going to be winning here. But let me just real quick pick your brain about what's going to be going on again tactically as things kind of break down, because only the first 5 points or 5 places are going to get points. Other than that, it's kills. So if you're washing out, you need to put up some kills.
Yeah, 100%. I think, getting that initial ground loot is going to be crucial. Most of the time, you're probably going to run into 1, maybe 2 other squads. So taking space together will be very important. Also, taking engagements together so you can keep as many of your teammates alive as possible. I know last time we saw a jailbreak towards the end on one of the games. I forget which one it was, but or actually maybe that was the solo, but the gulag will be important as well. A lot of the paintball guys are well versed in the one-on-one scenario, so look to them to try and capitalize on their gulag and that extra life. But I think taking space together as a team and fighting together as a team is going to be the big objective here.
Ferocia, got a couple minutes here before lobby number 1. Talk to me about that solo experience that you had. That is going, again, we have a little bit of ways before we get to that couple hours, but there's money at stake just for that solo round. What was your experience there in that situation?
Listen, I had never played a solo round ever. And I've been playing Call of Duty for a long time. Never, not once had I played a solo. So I was a little scared. I took it slow. I did camp for a while to try and figure out what I wanted to do. I made it through to I think there were 14 people left total. And I was just chilling, and then all of a sudden there was a jailbreak, and then I was like, oh no, and then everybody came back, and I was heartbroken, but I did my best. I made it into 4th place before I got killed, so I was pretty proud of that. First one ever.
Yeah, no, you did absolutely outstanding. Again, so happy that you're joining us here for the commentating team.
Thank you.
Jared, what do you think though? It's as far as on this map, what are the best battlegrounds on this map for certain styles? Aggression is going to be, paying dividends out here. Where do people want to get to on this map?
The center of the map with peak is usually the hot spot, depending if it falls into the circle. We do have the airport area, which is wide open, which you saw a lot of some of the games play at last tournament, which was very interesting because you obviously, if you had to cross from one side to the other, we saw one team get caught out, thinking it through, and then all of a sudden here they are, 10 seconds, 15 seconds later, the circle's moving, they're done. So it'll be interesting to see, but I think the high ground areas, depending on where the map drops and the buildings situation, is really going to play into how some of these teams decide to move around the map.
Yeah, high ground's going to be the premium. Looks like we're going to be dropping into lobby number 1 here, I think, with Mr. B. Piffin jumping into our first lobby here. Yeah, first lobby here of the day. The second Tranzlabs Call of Duty Warzone Streamer Showcase presented by Go Sports. And we have our winner from the first one. He's about to drop in right now.
I don't think elevation is going to play a big part into the map here. If we take a look at that first circle directly over fields.
Scotty, elaborate a little bit on that. What are you seeing right now?
So we see the first circle over the map towards airfield and field itself. Not a lot of elevation to deal with there. However, a lot of foliage. So the high ground not as important as there is no high ground.
Yeah. Just based on what you're seeing right now, Jared, what do you think?
Yeah, here we are. We're dropping into airfield. You know what I mean? It looks like we're getting into a fight right away. Going to grab some contracts. He's got his pistol in his hand and played up a little bit, get some guns, and see if he can take out a couple guys out of the gate here.
Right here, my phone.
Yeah, let's listen in real quick.
There's two.
Bro, what?
Oh, Mr.
Oh,
B. Pippin. Oh, no.
Dude, that team was weird, bro.
Our Victor from the very first one going down here early. Ferocious, what do you think?
I'm not really sure how that happened, but I can't imagine what he's feeling right now. I keep trying to put myself in his shoes, trying to like hold on to that title and, then to get wiped like that, but he'll be okay.
Jumping into Sarcasm Squad here. Jared, this is one of your boys, right?
Beast from the East, yeah. Saturday Warzone guy. Playing with some familiar guys that he's played with before. So I would expect they were top 6 before as well in the last tournament. So I would think that they're going to have a good game plan in here. I would expect them to play a little slower this first game. Kind of look for placement, look to see their game play is going to be with the other teams. But they definitely will get involved.
If you had any criticism, Jared, or just any thoughts on the way that they played it last time, just based on how successful that he was in certain, before in games and tournaments that you had seen, what would you think?
Oh, to my left. He's right here.
And there, Sarcasm gets popped there. Hopefully his teammate can hold him up here, but to fall back on that, he was something different in the Saturday Warzone. I think with the mini royale in this one, like we did in the last tournament, was a little different for him with his teammates. Obviously, in the game 2, I believe it was, they went, came in second. He came down to, I think, 1 bullet to finishing a guy.
Yeah.
But, I expect them to saddle up and do well this tournament.
Looks like we're going to look here at Just Zach. Here new for this one.
We don't have one yet.
In this battle. Let's listen in real quick.
Even fighting right there, boys.
We're going to grab a loadie real quick.
Yeah. We don't have enough money. Oh, we do have
right
one
here.
here. Never mind. Sorry. I did not know it dropped so early.
Mini royales, quick.
Yeah, just that getting used to the rules here in the mini, I guess.
Yeah, this is going to be huge for these guys. Get rid of their ground loot,
Right,
pick up their first loadout.
Over on blue. I can't pick up my loadie. Oh, it's not even my loadie. That's why.
I did the same thing. Literally, Zach.
Be able to take their first
like,
fight
there's
now
people fighting on blue right
with
now.
good gear.
Right here.
As they come over this ridge.
I'm gonna hold this high right here.
Scotty, what gear are you begging
So
for
those
right
people
now?
behind us here.
You drop down,
I'm
things
looking,
settle.
I'm looking.
What do you want?
They're fighting up.
I want some range and
Guy
some
dropping
kind
it
of SMG, whether it be
Oh, I
a
missed him.
a
Missed him.
car
Nice
like
shot,
he's
nice
using
shot, nice
here,
shot.
or a light machine gun to take fights at long range.
Mm-hmm.
Be quite helpful as we switch over.
Yeah.
Only thing turquoise is
Yeah, so we got Kayla here.
Ooh, there we go.
Ferocious, one of your girls.
Thanks.
What's
Yep.
in the gulag?
We need to get loadout though.
Yep, she's good. I'm not surprised at all that she won that gulag. She plays this all the time.
Yeah, you were saying that this is her game, right?
Yeah. Yeah, she's a rebirther also, but she definitely puts a lot of time in on Caldera.
And then Jared, just knowing the map, right? Putting so much time in. I feel like that's any game you play, anything you do, the more spins, the more opportunities you get at, the better you're gonna be.
All right, what are we selling?
It's gotta be huge, right?
Yeah, and I think with the way this map circle went in game 1, the elevation is not going to be a huge factor, maybe in some places, but you see a ton of building, a ton of foliage here, so it's really going to be now people coming back for Gulag. Obviously, we see Kayla now trying to figure out if she's going to drop for loadout, has a teammate that goes down here. She's by herself now, one that can go through a goalie, so, you know, they're going to play a little smarty here and get themselves some weapons.
Jumping into one of our favorites here, Ronnie Dizon, Team Lords. He's got Keith Brown. He's got a pretty nasty KD ratio. Also has Silos Cortez on his squad. Let's listen in real quick.
Slow it down here.
Behind this house, kind of beat up.
Okay. I don't have any AR. Oh, they're frying my shit, Keith.
Don't die. Say it.
Oh, we're getting shot at from behind, too.
Now the Lord's getting third-partied here.
See, we're in a bad spot. We got guys behind us and guys in front of us. We got guys right
Deep
here.
voice.
Yes, and then over here.
Keith Brown.
What movement?
Gas is closing in.
Try to land on my stuff. I think. Get your stuff.
Looks
You
like
can probably
Silo's
grab
just
it.
got
On red ping is somebody though.
Guys on
He's gonna need to survive. Pick up some loot. Is there
Let's
teams
make
on both
this guy
sides of
behind
him
us
right
make
now?
a stupid move.
Yeah, and they don't have a favorable map here, so they
We got a
have to
rotate
move,
zone,
so
too.
They're gonna have to. Yep,
Yeah,
as he
yeah.
just picked
We're
up
gonna
on
have
it.
to
They got to get moving
right
shortly
at
here
that
with
guy
the
to
shorter
his house,
time.
Yeah, and Ferocia, when you're locked tactically here
Laser.
in a building, what's going on? in your
I don't
mind
have
right
any
now?
AR.
Fight out of there.
Here, too?
Get to a high
Okay.
spot.
Here,
What's
here.
going on? What's going on in your head?
Hey, sending us.
Basically, all I could do at this point was just try and lock down one direction that I could run in. Just try and get some higher ground to try and figure out where everybody is so that I don't get surrounded and swarmed and have a team come crashing in on me. That would be my biggest
There's
concern.
a whole team on up, like way up here.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
we're listening
and
in
then
again
I
to
think we
Team
still
Lords,
need to go
Ronnie Dizon,
this way
Keith
to
Brown,
rotate.
Silos Cortez.
You think we go right?
Yes.
Yeah, I
The
think so
issue
too.
for
We have
them
to
right
rotate.
now is that Silos
There's
is
still a guy
off in La
over
La
here.
Land,
On
not even
you?
close to.
Yeah, he's like still on my
You can see Silos up on the top of the hill there. If he gets taken out, he's all alone. He's already had his gulag, so he's gonna be done for
Okay.
the round
We're gonna have to go
unless he gets
now.
bought back.
Yeah, let's go.
We'll start
I
making
think
It's
he
gonna be
needs
up.
to- Go ahead, sorry.
No, yeah, just going to be up to Keith here, and Ronnie looks like he ditches that house and makes a run for it.
That's exactly what I would have done.
Yeah, I was going to say, Ferocia, you're just talking about this.
Just get somewhere where you have a better vantage point.
Fighting up ahead, dude.
Yeah, on the buy.
Go left. Let's go left. This
Yeah,
way.
it looks like
Let's go
give us
no,
some
we're
updates
like right here.
Oh,
from
it's
the
third
crew.
party
Mr. B.
this.
Piffin
Yeah.
with an early exit here, I think.
Wow.
I'm a little bit behind you, bro.
Yeah, we see only 15
There's still
teams
people
remain.
behind us, though, so remember that.
Okay, so, no, sorry. Looks like
Just
they're still in it.
Good. Let's get a pick. Let's get a pick.
You guys see that?
This is perfect for their squad, though. The Lords group up as Silos comes back with the boys.
Hey, careful from the right. Now, careful from the right.
Yeah, we were worried that he wasn't going to be able to group back up, but looks like he
look.
was able to make it through the madness and
No.
back with
like
Keith
northwest.
and Ronnie.
We still have
Picking up a kill there. That's going to be 3 for Ronnie
Yeah,
right
yeah.
now. Stacking bodies. 3 points collectively.
Here.
Not sure what the other teammates have, but it's looking good
We
for
gotta-
them so far.
We gotta get it now. Slow. Come here. The money's right here.
Yeah, Ronnie trying to get Los to go get some more coin,
I got it.
some more cash.
Yeah, the thing with these pro paintballers, their comms are going to be on point. Really going to
There's a guy
help
up
them,
there.
give them an
On the right.
advantage to stay structured with their pushes and their movements. You know,
Yeah, let's kill
help
him.
them play together.
I mean, yeah, that comes at a premium in the real world here, and obviously here on Caldera, Call of Duty, Ronnie Dizon on your
We might
screen.
get held, guys.
Unseen. I got a stem actually. This shit's catching out like crazy.
There's a guy on my left. On my left. On our
We
left.
gotta go. Let's keep going right though.
Okay.
For a second.
I'm here.
Are you guys liking the,
There's a whole team to our right,
communication that
too,
we're
Keith.
seeing here out of
Right up
Team
here.
Lords? As we jump to Kai Knuth.
Yeah, I think they were getting it together. Like you said, that paintball players,
Yep, behind
communication
in the
is
storm.
huge in the game, and so they were just game 1 figuring it out. Getting it off the paintball field and getting it onto Caldera here. But Kai here's Looks like her team's getting a little fight.
Looks like we're down to 12 teams.
Got him.
Let's fucking go, you guys. Oh my god.
Yeah, they have the high ground just wiping
get
the
her up
squad
real
there.
quick.
That's huge for them.
Fucking
Sitting on at least 4 kills.
All right, these kids are gonna be holding hands.
Kids in his house, and there's also kids up here too. It's gonna
right next to us.
I love how they're calling. Yeah, I love. Yeah,
Oh,
it
we
is.
can go-
It's
we can go-
kids
No,
in
no,
the
no, don't
house,
make that-
it is Fishy
don't make
Live.
that.
Love how they're calling them kids. That's hilarious.
I'm done with the fight.
We're on
Do you want to
board
go
with
left, do you
Fishy
think?
Right now. The residential
Yeah.
former Halo
Like
pro.
on the street?
That's right.
I
Maybe
we
go
could
left
just,
in here and
run
then.
zone, yeah.
It's gonna get a little spicy here. I think I see 8 teams remain as they're gonna push into this next circle. They gotta go with the gas.
Down.
Yeah, it's getting down to it.
No, one low. He's cracked. One down.
Not
And I
quite
think
to the.
similar to what we saw in. There we go. Big pull there.
Oh, unlucky.
Yeah, talk me through that, Jared.
Yeah, so looks like they got pinched from behind. He took one down. Teammates
Wait, how did-
cleared it out, and looks like Fishy's now gonna be
How
in
did-
place to start. So
Yeah, but how
got
is-
some kills. We'll
How
get
is
to
that
game 2.
person full health?
Yeah, again, just the best 3 is what counts. So we got 5 to work with. And
Yeah,
now it
unlucky
looks-
for Fishy there is that guy had looked like he had a self-res.
It's red.
Jumping into the
red.
beast
Yeah.
from the east
red.
here, Jared.
You might have went left.
Yeah, sarcasm, Mantic. Reality getting into it. So
37 meters out
little
back.
grim. Looks like they got somebody on them. They're in the circle at the moment, holding up this house.
Want me to cluster?
As we saw before, in
Yep,
a minute and a
right
half,
here.
like we
Just
saw
go,
last
close
time,
up.
like round, circle 3, you see 10 teams drop off real quick because that circle just starts eating teams and having the fight.
Okay.
Yeah, that circle ate some people up. We're currently sitting. It looks like 7 teams, 16 bodies out there. Still on sarcasm, aka the beast of the east.
Cluster
Been
down.
successful. Call of Duty before.
Can you move
And interestingly enough, as the circle shrinks here, there's like 5 props to work with, 6 teams left. So I think there's going to be a lot of building fights going on here.
Yeah, that's definitely
Yeah,
what it
looks like we have,
appears.
3 buildings. Yeah, in the route, and they got one of them. So I think they're feeling pretty confident. And here we go. The circle is going to end up in the wide open. So this will be very interesting here. This may go quick.
How much do you think luck plays a part of it? How much skill plays a part of it when the circle descends and you are out in the open a little bit more, a little bit less terrain?
I saw him go behind the building.
Ferocious, what do you think?
We're gonna have to rotate.
I'm kind of
rotate
torn
the
on that
open.
one. I
We're
think
gonna
that
rotate
luck
right.
is a huge
gonna
part of
rotate
things.
right. This way?
But at the same time, depending on your skill level, you can navigate different scenarios maybe better than other people. So both, I would say.
Yeah, absolutely both. I mean, hey, we always say I'd rather be lucky than good, and twice when it counts.
Yeah,
exactly.
You need to have the gods shine upon you if you want to win anything in this world, and Call of Duty is no different.
Yeah, I think timing is going to play a big part in here as they make the decision to jump out and head towards the circle.
Oh, wait, I think there might be
Teams
people
moving
here.
early might get pinched
In the
here.
building.
High opportunity to get third party and shot in the back.
In the building on the right side, so watch out.
4 teams left, 9 total players.
And Fishy's
And they're
team,
gonna be
or
coming from
sorry,
behind us also.
the
We wanna
Beast
drop
from the
down,
East
we wanna
team can now gatekeep that team in that house as they have to make it across that house out the front door. As they're going to beam, one goes down. The rest of those players are going to have to get out of that house as the circle closes in, and I'm sure this circle is hitting hard.
Hey, we talked about how important the high ground always is. Currently, right now, Sarcasm sitting on some high ground, getting backdoored a little bit, though, from that door. He's getting blasted, currently goes down.
And the third party takes him down.
Jared, do you think they got a little tunnel vision on that house?
Yeah, I think they got fixated. They didn't realize. I think there was one team that wrapped around them. They were in actually pretty good position. They had some high ground. They had a good view down below, but unfortunately got stuck there. As we see here, 2 teams left. Looks like Kaya's team.
Yeah, Kaya looking pretty good right now. This last squad. Oh.
I believe that's Rail Sanjay, maybe?
Nice try, nice try.
Oh, unlucky.
Oh,
They
there
take
it is.
second.
Second place.
No. That's
Wow,
that's a
so
good game.
Wow, look at that.
Star, good.
hold on. You could listen. Hey, Kaya's talking about, hey, that was a great game. She was looking at second place right there, which is pretty solid. That's going to be a solid 8 points on the board, including their kills. We got to get some thoughts on this first lobby. Ferocia, we'll start with you. It looks like All In Media, who we actually didn't see any of their gameplay. All In Media, there's a group of boys that cover paintball, high-end on media divisional level players. But just stepping in here, first place in this first lobby, couldn't get off to a better start. But just based on what you saw in that gameplay, what are your thoughts?
I think I have to go off of what Scotty said as well. I think a lot of it came down to timing. I think, yeah, there was definitely some tunnel vision, and then there was a lot of chaos at the end. But I think that placement is what really all came down to, especially when that circle got really, really tiny. And yeah, the timing was just all there for them.
Jared, couldn't see if it was All In Media or Kaya's squad that came in to wipe out Sarcasm, but it did look like they were really too focused. We call that tunnel vision. Yeah, but on that house, and then they just got wiped from behind, which you got to keep your head on a swivel at all times. Your thoughts?
Yeah, we talked it through during the gameplay. It might have been media, actually, because I think Kaya was a little further down. They may have been actually the ones in the house. Obviously, we're jumping back and forth between the screens trying to catch them. But, All In Media, coming out of nowhere. This is a new team. Didn't play last tournament. Obviously gets that first place. We did see Kaya's team put up 16 kills. So that is huge, obviously, with a second down or a second down here. A little Eagles on the mind there. But, it'll be interesting. But, hey, they're right up there with the points. First place is great with the 12 points, and we'll get their kill count, obviously see their numbers. But Kaya obviously coming on strong that first game, learned a lot from the first tournament, how to, get the circle right, get a lot of kills, and pile up the places, in the top 5.
Interesting let's Scotty, talk me through the end of this game. All In Media here sitting with their KD ratio 3.95, not nearly as high as some of these other squads. But talk me through this last little bit and what you're seeing at least.
So I think these guys, you can see they're at the edge of the circle. They were the last to join this fight. Timing was the biggest factor here, as they let the Beast from the East and Kaya kind of fight it out. Came in third party as Sam actually for his teammate won a 1v3.
Wow.
So moving towards this circle as it came off the edge, he had perfect timing. The other team, couldn't really figure out what was going on, as he has a gazebo to work with. And, not really much cover for everyone else, as he's probably just going to sit in this gazebo and pick everyone off one by one as the circle closes in.
Yeah, it doesn't get much better than a 1v3. And again, we got the KD ratios in from all these different players on these different squads. And when you're looking at All In Media, they were sitting at a 0.73, a 1.54, and a 1.68 for a total of 3.95, which, to be honest, got to call it like it is. That's not near what some of these other teams are sitting at. I mean, Just Zach is sitting at a 0.16. We got Ronnie Dizon's squad sitting at a 0.693 because I believe it's Keith Brown that's just the monster, one of the monsters at 2.94. So, but again, we talked about it. Luck does play a part. You stepping up in the moment plays a part. Ferocia, what do you think?
Absolutely. When you're in scenarios like that, it's half grit and then half luck, and you got to make the right decisions. When to push, when to not push. I think that gazebo was a great play as well.
Huge.
That was super lucky and very well done.
Yeah. And then Jared, with that gazebo move, do you think that was just something that they worked into, something that just appeared, that they played in that moment? I mean, what do you think?
Yeah, we got a little glimpse of when he was next to the car there, jumped out, he was by himself. So yeah, I mean, obviously we talked about luck as part of it. A 1v3 in the last circle. I mean, it's very small. So pretty much where everybody's at. The gazebo, he was just he was in the right place, the right time, being that side of the gazebo. They were already fighting another team on the other side, so their focus was not fully on what was going on in the circle. And there you go. He plays it smart. I think it was Kaya that he got down first and then kind of backed off, tried to figure out what the other two were, found out where they were, ends up taking both down and gets the win.
So, first lobby's done. We got 4 more to go, and then the solar lobby. So hopefully get some updated scores and kind of see where we're at. But some of the favorites not in the mix here, and some of the big paintball names also not in the mix. So again, got a little bit of space to work with here. You can drop your lowest 2 scores. We're just getting things kicked off, but All In Media stepping in big here with that first place. I didn't see how many kills they had. So as far as overall points are concerned, going to be interested to see kind of how that weighs up. and with some of these other squads. And it looks like we are going to take a quick commercial break. We're going to come back with some updated scores and then lobby 2. We'll see you in just a couple minutes.
He's coming around the wall. Coming around the wall. Got him.
Here as well get pushed by 2. Takes one down.
He's down. He's down.
Down right now. It's up to Mantic.
I love their setup.
One down. Limb.
There you go.
Nice. Wiped out by K unit.
Crossing the street over to our left.
They're running right at him.
GG's.
Oh, that's a nice.
Here he's playing sarcasm 1v1. Here it is.
Oh.
I'm gonna game this kid. Downed him. Got the hard. Nice. Good.
They hit the high ground.
Oh my goodness. This should be.
And she was like, I'm top 14, and now it's 29.
Let's go, boys! Let's do it, let's go!
Yeah, so welcome back here. We are at the second Tranzlabs Call of Duty Warzone Streamer Showcase presented by Go Sports. I'm Matty Marshall, and it was interesting here in that first lobby. All in media again with when I was sent the KD ratios of these squads, these 19 teams, and I was thinking, all right, well, some of these teams are pretty stacked. We got some ringers out there. You know, All in media really wasn't sitting at the top of the heap, but it's all about what you do and how you perform in the moment. And they had some big moments out there. You saw 1v3 at the end of that to take the victory and take that 12th place for that first place. Again, you get 12 points for the first place. We're going to be jumping in to this second lobby. All in media was sitting again at a 3.95 combined KD ratio against some of these other squads with much higher stats, but they still just handled to get the 12 points. Still, again, like I said, waiting on the scores, so we'll see if we can, where they're going to kind of be. Those top 3, that's what you're going to take. The best 3 out of 5 is going to determine this victory here as we are waiting for lobby number 2. Looking forward to seeing where are some of these other favorites going to show up. It looked like Mr. B. Piffin, who handled business in our first Tranzlabs Call of Duty Warzone Streamer Showcase, and they looked outstanding in pretty much every lobby they played in, and coming in at a 5.79 combined KD ratio. Kind of got a bad shake out of it, maybe a little bit of bad luck. We saw Sarcasm Rocks go pretty deep. Can they continue to show up here as we head into lobby number 2? Looking like Ronnie Dizon's squad also stacked up with a pretty solid crew with Keith Brown and Silas Cortez. We didn't get a chance to see what Corey Hall's squad did, Tyler Humphrey's squad, K Unit, Rocky Knuth squad. So I mean, we got a lot of Call of Duty to play here on Caldera. Scotty, let's just start with you here before we jump into lobby number 2. What are your thoughts heading into lobby number 2 as we're seeing? It doesn't look like there's any kills up there. So Scotty, again, we'll start with you. What are your thoughts here? Lobby number 2, jumping in here. Where would your head be at if you were on one of these top squads sitting at a fat KD ratio with a lot expected of you, but maybe had a tough go of it in that first lobby?
I think, just settling in, taking that first one off the board, and just focusing on catching the dub. I know for Ronnie's team, the Lords, probably more that rebirth team that we were talking about before, all gas, no brakes, but bringing in the good comms. I know they can go far here. They just need to bring it together and, set up good plays. Hopefully they can get Silos to, come in, get a little closer to them as, we saw him off kind of in La La Land on his own over there. So, if they can coordinate a little bit better together and move as a unit, I think they're going to, show out and do a little bit better.
Yeah, no, knowing Silos as a paintball player is hyper aggressive. Ferocious, you played in our last streamer showcase. How important is that 3-person teamwork to keep everybody close to deal with all those changing variables out there?
I think it's extremely important. It's a whole different dynamic than something like Rebirth, for example. It's critical to keep your team alive as long as you can, because you never know when you're going to need that last person to bring somebody back or hold it down or whatever. So yeah, absolutely critical teamwork for sure. It doesn't work without it.
And then maybe Jared, because you're experienced in this, as far as the strategy of bringing people back and kind of the nuts and bolts of keeping that squad alive, break that down for me. Talk about the gulag, talk about reviving people, keeping close and communication and dealing with the terrain. Give me a little insight into that.
Yeah, I think it's touched down by Ferocious and Scotty, playing as a team, getting the comms right again. This is game one, get all the rust out, figure out what it is, get a little touch of what the other teams are doing, aggressive, non-aggressive. Are we going to be aggressive? But yeah, I mean, if you go out, you got that goalie, that is so crucial to get back with a free dub so you can get into the game. And then obviously if you have to buy back, that's going to put a little stress on the other 2-1 players is in there, depending if that buy is in a bad spot, you know what I mean? It's in the worst spot ever. You might have to, like, maybe, who knows, maybe, our winner had to play a little bit of a solo for a bit, and that puts you on an island. But at the end of the day, as much as you keep your team together, regardless if you're a great player or just a calm guy, it doesn't matter. It's all about working as a team, getting that win. Obviously, our first game shows a little differently that, but we lead up to that may have been a little bit different. But keeping everybody alive is so crucial, and especially in this format. As you saw in that third circle, we lost like 10 teams within a minute. I mean, the drop off is so quick that if you're, like Ferocious said, if you're caught out, you're done. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter what weapon you have. The circle's already killing you. You're getting held at a certain point. You can't get in the circle. You're done. Like, if you don't have the high ground, whatever it may be, it's so important to get that placing right. So yeah, teamwork is so crucial. Just like on the paintball field.
100%. It's definitely that razor's edge, like we talked about, being aggression, placement, survivability. Let's get a look here at the updated scores so we can kind of see where we're sitting at right now. So it does look like Knuth sitting at, wow. So yeah, a second place finish, but just going big with 16 kills. So they got the 8 points for that second place finish. 24 total points, sitting 3 above Ronnie Dizon's squad of the Team Lords with Keith Brown and Silos Cortez. They got 21 total points, 16 kills, evened up with Knuth's squad. What an amazing performance of Knuth. She definitely underperformed a little bit in our first streamer showcase, but showed up here in lobby number 1 to represent and handled nicely. And then if you look at the placement points for Ronnie Dizon's squad, sitting at third place, with the 5 points there. So that definitely helped 16, but that definitely is why the deficit is there. And then you got, PBS AM right there with 19 total points, 17. Yeah, that's all in media. So all in media with the 12 points for the first place. Again, when I'm looking at these KD ratios, was not expecting them to be a favorite here, but really represented well. And they are definitely in the running. Fan Mode Gaming, though, Ferocious. It's nice to see Fan Mode up
I was
there.
just looking at that. I'm excited to see that.
Yeah, and they're sitting tied at 4th, actually in a 4-way tie for 4th place, all sitting at 7 points. Tyler Humphrey's squad, Team Trauma, ended up showing up there. Mrs. Reaper, K-Unit hanging in there at 9th. But definitely, Jared, I would think Rocky's probably a little, knowing Rocky's probably very frustrated with the performance in the first lobby.
Yeah, and I think he's going to shake it off. We saw the way his team played in the last one. Yes, I know he has a couple different players, but I think, as you guys know him much better than me, he's a leader. He's a general of the team. He'll get it together. They got 4 more games. He's gonna get them together. We just get that first game out of the way, figure out our comms, figure out our placement, and I expect them to be further up the board. I'd be shocked if Rocky doesn't pull some together, because I think he'll put a game plan together that's going to get them more kills and a higher placement.
Didn't see Mr. B Piffin up in that top 9-10 spot, so which is kind of a shock to me. Scotty, what do you think?
Yeah, they they were very unlucky. Didn't get too good ground loot off rip there as they landed airfield. They got wiped by another squad, and I think 2 of them lost a gulag, and then their last teammate probably died somewhere, off broadcast. But look for them to maybe do a safer drop this one and try and build up some placement points. I think for them, they have good movement and good aim. They can let the kills kind of come to them, after they survive the initial break, get some good loot, maybe a loadout, maybe some self-reses, and then, take it from there.
So, Jared, I know we, just limited looks here early on, but based on where the circle was and everything that you saw, was there anything that stood out from anybody as far as how they were dealing with loadouts, how they were dealing with communication, just anything you could see? Well, actually, hold that thought. Maybe you could give me a little insight as we drop in to lobby number 2. It does look like we're about to drop into lobby number 2 right now. But Jared, what do you think?
Yeah, I think, again, teams are just getting their comfort zone. We saw some be a little bit aggressive. Fishy got in a big fight. Unfortunately, got knocked out. Top 10 there. Like we said, Mr. B, I think he'll collect his thoughts again. I think a lot of that was last time with Rocky and him.
Where you guys want to go?
They play that game, and they're going to say, hey, look, our kills are going to come. The placement is really now where we need to start moving to. So I think that's what we're going to see. This game will give us a lot more information. I think
I'd
we're
rather
going to
fight
see
for it.
hopefully some more teams interact.
3 out of 5.
Obviously, we see the winner here of game 1. Going to see what their drop in is. Looks like Peak is in play, so this will be very interesting. High Grand will be a premium this round.
This circle is going to be something with Peak.
Let's go 10. Yeah. Let's go 10. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, oh man, this is a rough circle. Scotty, what do you think about this circle here?
Either.
I think this initial drop's actually going to be a bloodbath, as one of Sam's teammates is already dead. I think he fell to his death, didn't cut his shoot a little too late, honestly. He was going up for the helicopter.
That was so stupid.
Not going to get it.
Hey, Kerf, where are you?
Yeah, so we do
pretty
have
good ground loot.
Good ground loot right here for All In Media. So let's listen in real quick. Yeah, as our winners from lobby number 1 start lobby number 2.
Hopefully he has the first kill. No, I don't think so. There's a legendary box here with a solid sniper.
Need an AR. I have 2 subs right now.
There's there's ARs here, 2 of them.
Sounds like good comms from these guys. Is they got to wait on their teammate to
There's a bunch of teams
win
over
their
here. If you want to
gulag.
chow them.
Let's
go.
Wait, hold on. We have enough to get our boy. Can you ping their spy station?
I'm not going. The closest one is over here. We can try to get out here.
We're going to work on getting their teammate back as we switch over to Mr. B, as they're stuck in a fight right now. Oh, is Mr. B going to get taken down with a headshot?
Oh, Mr. B sitting down on the ground right now. It's not looking good for Mr. B Piffin.
Yeah, it's becoming a spectator sport for Mr. B Piffin, as his teammates got to corral the other team that they're fighting right now and hopefully get a res off.
He pushed back.
Gifted looking to get a res here, I think.
So, Ferocious, do you think that this is just some bad luck or some bad tactics from Mr. B Piffin, our winner from the last
I think
one?
it's bad luck. I do. Mr. B Piffin is a great player. I know Gifted is a great player as well. I don't know anything really about their third person right now. But I've played with Mr. B Piffin several times, and he is very talented. Aside from the fact that he wiped our team like every round last game. Aside from that, no, I think it's just bad RNG, just some bad luck. I think they'll turn it around.
Buy loadout.
Yeah, let's listen in real quick.
Just like that, we get a jailbreak. Is Mr. B Piffin gonna work his way over to a loadout as we switch over to Ronnie Dizon?
Yeah, they're bad, dude.
Yeah, Ronnie Dizon, Team Lords with Keith Brown, Silos Cortez. Again, the deep voice that you hear on this feed is Keith Brown.
Yeah, I lasered one.
They're gonna get, looks like their first fight is. I think they took a safer drop. I think putting more of a premium on placement as Ronnie's gonna take one down. There's another one over there getting cracked as well.
Another guy shooting at me from the left.
I'm looking over you.
He's at the truck.
Great comms coming up from these boys as working together to take up these last two teammates. Down another.
I'm down from the other.
Keith gets down.
I would expect nothing other than great communication from Team Lords, just based on who we're working with here.
As you can hear Ronnie telling Silos to look over
getting shot at from the left,
Keith
too.
so he doesn't get thirsted.
It's the same guy. It's the same dude.
As I think it's a 2-on-2 right now. They dropped one with whoever they're fighting. They need to pick up another kill so they can res Keith. Ronnie's going to get the res off, it looks like here. Silos is on Overwatch. And another jailbreak. What's going on here?
Yeah, what is going on here?
I'm gonna go grab it. I don't know.
Yeah, everybody's in the game right now. It looks like we have 20 teams, 58 players.
Wow.
Yeah, they're gonna make these next two circles chaos as another one comes through here. Ronnie D's
D's
on.
all the way up top.
Let's head to Fishy Live. As the multiple jailbreaks here has made this one very interesting. So if you did get some bad luck,
I'm
you
pushing
were
up
sitting
more.
on a
Let's
terrible
push up more.
start. It all resets.
Let's go. Nice team wipe.
I think these guys are sitting on 6 kills right now for Fishy. They're gonna need to stack up them bodies to, you know, hopefully pick up a good placement and then overall high point score. So you can see Fishy Live, same as the last tournament, always running that Car 98 with that Halo aim.
Loadout here, not worry about getting that loadout.
Do we really need another one?
Yeah, pretty comfortable in the circle here right now. They had some high ground, so they're just going to probably work it, see where they can find a couple teams, stay alive. Obviously, that last round, they left a little earlier than they wanted to, so, you know, we got to get some loot here and keep moving.
Drop my money.
Yeah, that early exit did not help them as I think they're going to get some UAVs, some good utility that's going to help them maybe push through the next circle.
You want me to pop it right away?
Yeah.
I'm gonna pop a UAV here. Maybe get another squad wipe if possible. Oh. I think his stream goes to commercial break.
Hey, you
gotta pay the bills.
Yeah.
Gotta pay the bills, right?
Hey.
Right, Ferocious?
Yep.
Yeah.
True.
You can't knock someone for trying to pay the bills, you know?
That's right.
Do you have more AR ammo?
I got some, not very much.
Got someone on the sticks here.
I only have 30, so
We're on board with FOE White right now. On the sticks, you can see his little controller diagram. He's got a nice loadout here running an M4 and a bow.
I didn't see him in the back of the truck.
Yeah, we didn't see much out of them in the first set, but things are kind of wide open right now, to be honest. I mean, it's lobby 2, you get to drop your 2 worst lobbies. So, I mean, until we get kind of deep into this competition, lobby 4, lobby 5, things are a little wide open right now.
He's gonna be taking.
Yeah, and on this map, as you can see, we saw Ronnie and his team was in the ditch there. This is all pulling towards peak, it looks like. So getting up this hill and holding off teams and getting kills is going to be so huge. You get stuck at the bottom of this, it's game over.
Weak.
Just gatekeeping right now. All in media sitting on that first place finish in lobby number 1.
Got him.
Watch out for them.
Even though they're sitting at second overall. So, I mean, they still need to press here.
I'm checking.
They don't necessarily need to press aggressively, but they need to do well continuing
Get
here.
zipped to the right, high right, high right.
And I think these guys are picking up some
good
kills here.
Yep. To the right.
They're gatekeeping the edge of the circle, edge of this hill pretty hard. 12 teams remain.
There's still, I mean, that one guy's...
Yeah, down from 19 to 12.
Maybe after right here.
Just
we
it's
have
like
enough to grab him.
26 players out there on the board currently.
Shit. Can I not get up here?
Unfortunately.
Yeah, if you just want to keep cutting high
Struggling
right.
with those rocks.
Yeah, needs to work on his rock climbing skills.
Carry here. I'm not even challenging them.
Yeah, he's not worth it.
Some smart comms there.
Yeah. Not taking
They're fighting
that fight.
downhill.
They have the low ground.
Honestly,
so
Ratness might be the play right now, guys.
Right in front of us, Do you see him?
Sam decides
nice,
to take
good
the
shots.
fight. Gonna
Get back
take one
behind them.
down.
You might be by the blue, remember?
Yep.
It's a great kill with the iron sights right there.
They're fighting.
Yep, they are. Should we third party them?
They're gonna double back here. Make sure they don't get third
Right.
party trying to fight that other
trying it.
team. Very
Low
smart
rocks.
from these guys.
If I have a quick kill, he went off. He's over
Great comms as well.
I see him.
They're gonna pick up the other team as
Through there.
well. Focus one.
He's hurt.
He's broken. Sam needs to pick up this
I'm
kill.
dipping to right,
One
Sam.
crack.
Dip. Yeah, his harvest.
Yeah, stand back off.
He's holding just
got a pill, you
SMGs
have
right
the
now,
angle
so
on
his long range and he's
Try to
out
get
of
in front of them.
ammo.
Try to get in
So
front of them because it's still the
he's
team
gonna
right
have
up the
to
hill.
rely on his
Yeah.
teammates
Which
a
would be an
lot
awful
here.
fight to try to take.
He's only has one other one here, so we'll see
Yeah.
how
Hey,
they
you're
push
getting shot
this.
at, you're getting shot
And
at.
Ferocious,
Yeah.
in this situation, based on what you're seeing with
They're in
all
front
the
of me?
media, teamwork, and
They're going for it. They're going for
He's
it.
in the open. He's in the
what
open.
do you think?
It seems like they're kind of doing the best they can. When you have no ammo, you really have to lean heavy on your teammates unless you can find something else to pick up.
I got it.
So at that point, the best you can do is
He's way
just
up on
have
the
good
hill. Like,
comms.
fire.
If you're out of ammo, you're
Might
out
still
of
get that one
ammo.
kill that was down low.
I think I can go buy. I can buy one of y'all.
You can see they
Okay, hit it. Yeah, hit
they're
it.
gonna need to
Whoever's
buy
first.
one of their teammates
Where is it?
back here. As
Crap,
one of
it's right
them's
here.
down. Looks like he's gonna buy him back right now. Good play from Sam. Oh, he's gonna get challenged by one. Take him
I
down.
just got killed. Yeah, do what you got to do.
Yeah,
I'm literally just
ran
gonna
right
stay
up
high.
on that guy.
I'm probably gonna get sniped, so don't hate me for it.
Kind of a tough beat there.
We're top 6 teams right now, so if you can stay
I
up
know.
for one more.
Nah.
Yeah, I mean, he
Yeah,
called
just
it. There's
run
only
it.
6 teams left on the board.
Just try to hope that
currently
another
with
team
12
dies
bodies
first.
out there.
As long as we get top 5, we
Yeah,
get some
the
points here.
Circle number 3,
have
the
4 kills,
massacre
too.
circle, as
They got
6
sniped on you.
teams dropping.
Oh, right in front of you.
And if
Yeah,
this
you
guy can
can't
stay
snipe
alive solo, they can work for placement points.
You gotta hopefully just stand these rocks.
Oh, and
Nice
lucky.
try,
it.
bro.
Oh, we got. Oh no, we didn't get.
Well, so we're
switch it over to Corey.
yeah, Corey Hall here, Latin Saints, professional paintball player. Oh,
Yep.
no, looks like he's spectating.
Yeah, it looks like he has at least two of his teammates up here. So
Yeah, so it looks like Koopa and Dews are live currently right now. Here for Corey Hall's squad. Need some sort of a decent showing here. I mean, they're looking pretty good, sitting at top 4.
2 teams, 4 people.
Or sorry, no, top 3 with just
Guarantee there's somebody right below us.
6 bodies out there currently.
It's either 2 on 2.
in a real good spot here in these rocks on the edge of the circle, looking down. So they should have a good view of the whole rest of the map.
Let's check out Rocky Knuth here, K Unit, winner from the solo mission on the last one, and much better performance. And Jared, we talked about this, that we expected something big out of Rocky.
Yeah, he's got 2 kills. He's taking some hits now. He's trying to plate up. He has a teammate. They are down the hill, so looks like the Saints paintballer is holding. His teammates are holding that top on them. There is one other team out there floating around, which I would guess they may be off to their left. So we should see some interaction here with the circle closing in here. We got about 27 seconds until it's going to start pushing people into place.
There's 3 teams left alive in classic from Rocky. Same loadout as last event. He's running the heartbeat sensor again. Helped him a lot in the other one. They're gonna need to pick up some placement points. Focus on that one play as a team.
Yeah, that heartbeat sensor was absolutely crucial for Rocky Knuth here. He's trying to put up a big score. In lobby number 2, it's coming down to these last couple moments.
I don't see him.
Unfortunately for them, it looks like they have the low ground. It's all going to be about timing again, moving towards the circle.
Hey, right here, pushing down. Right here. Hey,
You maybe have a one-on-one with the teams here. Looks
You
like
just hop in, I'm gonna
possibly.
push straight up, Oos.
Yeah. Oh my god, this guy sees me. You, Marvin. Yeah.
I'm pushing Oos. He sees me.
Pushing down towards you.
Be interested to know who the other team is right now, as
He's looking at me.
as Rocky going to take one down. Huge kill.
Yeah, absolutely massive kill for Rocky as he charges up this hill.
Where's he at, Oos?
He's going to get the
He's on this
third.
rock somewhere, I bet.
Yeah, the last 2 teams here. Looks like there's
Nothing on
2.
B.
It's 2v1. It's a 2v1 here.
2v1.
Rocky's team. So if they just play smart here, they can see if they can see this one through.
Probably going down.
Rocky continuously checking that heartbeat sensor. He can't be far, just over that little ridge in front of him.
Right here, Oos.
Oh, and it looks like the one is going to get the circle for this, as they're going to need to rotate, maybe catch a flank.
Shit, I need something.
He's trying for it right now. Keep checking that heartbeat sensor. Again, that
I
was
just seen him. I just seen him.
such a crucial thing for Rocky in that last streamer showcase.
Yeah, he's that rock,
Oh,
did he get the kill?
goodness.
Oh.
Just like that.
There you go.
Oh, and he gets the
Fuck yeah, let's
victory
fucking
here
go.
on our screen as we watch K Unit take the victory
25 total.
to get the dub. Yeah, so just an impressive performance. You know, Jared, we talked about this, right? What we were going to see out of Rocky and his boys. And sure enough, playing with his son DJ, and
yeah, boys.
And you can hear just stoked right now.
Yeah, there was 13 kills. It looks like on the board there. Like we said, you know, we knew Rocky game 1, recoup game 2, get into it. Here they are. Put up a nice amount of kills. They're going to get those 12 points for the first place. You know, get themselves up the board. Easily going to look like probably in the top 4. May even crack into a little higher than that. We'll see what kind of the other teams. Obviously, we saw a lot of kills happening around the whole game there. But yeah, I mean, I think that's, like I said, you know, Rocky's going to get himself into the place. You guys know his play style as a general on the field. He just needed that one game, get the comms together, and then they, you know, even though, like Scotty said, they had the low ground, but they played it right. You know what I mean? They picked off one guy, got that 2v1 at the end, what they needed, played smart, didn't push him like we saw in the last game. It was a 1v3. All of a sudden, you lose a player, you get frustrated, the game goes away from you, and all of a sudden you're lost and you're in second place. You know, Rocky said, hey, let's play this smart, get up to the high ground, just look around the map, find the person, play smart, and then obviously just eliminate them and, you know, get those 12 points to start.
Yeah, no, I love that tactical breakdown here, Jared. Ferocia, do you agree? What did you see out there?
Yeah, I absolutely agree. The technical, you know, best place to be would be the high ground. And that's also what I mentioned before, which is you can have the best placement, but it really comes down to how good of a player you are, how you analyze situations, how you decide to proceed from where you are. So even though they had the low ground, they did all the right things to make sure that they came out in the end.
Yeah, and so, yeah, Scotty got the last little replay coming from Rocky and K Unit's big victory here in lobby number 2 to put themselves right into the conversation to see who's going to be winning this money, again, courtesy of Tranzlabs. Talk me through what you're watching.
Yeah, so they had the low ground here, you know, unfortunate for them. However, you can see they're playing together as a team. So even if they take a one-on-one fight, their teammate could either trade them out and hopefully get a res off, or you know, at least put up one kill, another kill on the board for the total score. But lucky enough for them, the opposing team separated here. And Rocky was able to take a one-on-one on the left-hand side. Here we're back on board with Rocky. He picks off the first one as he comes around this rock. I think over here. Actually, I think this is way before. This is when there was still 3 up. So here it's actually, I think a 3-on-2. Or no, it's a 2-on-2 right now. 2-on-2, yeah. So Rocky going to get the drop on the first one here. Perfect kill. He's going to get the thirst as well. So make it a 2-on-1. His teammate right behind him for the trade if need be. So unlucky for the opposing squad. They were a little bit too separated.
Yeah. Just we're looking at, you know, coming up over the top of that, I feel with Rocky, obviously he had the low ground. Do you feel a little false sense of confidence having that high ground for, I couldn't see who it was that he was against, but just kind of seemed to be a little bit overconfident come over the top of that spot.
Yeah, he came over b-hopping like a monkey and then just got dropped by Rocky. As the he gets exposed here, and I forget what the perk is. He takes the shot here and makes him seeable through the rock, through the walls. Super helpful for his teammate to come around to the right side of that rock and pick up the last kill.
Yeah, so K Unit getting right into the conversation here is the conclusion of lobby 2. And now we're going to be heading into lobby 3. So we have All In Media. Didn't really see. Does anyone remember what All In Media did here? We'll get the updated scoreboard to you here shortly. But as it stands right now with Kaya Knuth sitting at first place with a big kill count in second place in lobby number 1. And heading into lobby number 2, her dad steps up, taking that first place. Didn't see how many kills they had. So it is going to be kind of getting interesting here. Jared, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, wouldn't we love to see a little family rival at the top 3 positions? We were hoping for that last time. Maybe, yeah, I definitely we're going to see, I believe, easily top 4. I think top 3, the 2 of them are going to be sitting in just from the kill counts we saw and the points added from the placement. We didn't get to see Kaya there, so they probably got a couple kills. Obviously, it doesn't look like they placed in top 5. All Media Gaming, they, you know, they dropped out at 6, but we saw on board with him that I think he died with 0 kills. So hopefully his teammates had a couple. They can continue to stay in that top 5 area, but it'll be interesting to see, you know, like we saw in the first game, teams that got a lot of kills got up there in the top 6. And that's, you know, you could maybe not make the top 5, but you get 10, 11, 12, 20 kills. I mean, you're fighting with everybody else, and the placement is just a bonus cherry on top. So it's going to be very interesting to see what these scores are. Game 3 is definitely where then you got to make that decision. If you're a team at the bottom, you got to turn the heat up. If you're a team at the top, do you stay aggressive, or do you say, hey, look, let's take this one game, play real smart, rack the kills as we get the placement, and then, you know, work our way for the last 2 games where we can put ourselves in a really strong position.
Hit a break, we'll come back with scores.
So we're going to jump back here jump into a short break, and we'll be right back with some scores updated to see how it's going to be breaking down heading into lobby number 3. We'll be right back.
He's coming around the wall. Coming around the wall. Got him.
Here as well, get pushed by 2. Take one down.
He's down. He's down.
Down right now. It's up to Mantic.
I love their setup.
One down. Limb.
There you go.
Nice. Wiped out by K unit.
Across the street, over to our left.
They're running right at him.
GG's.
Oh, that's enough.
He's playing sarcasm 1v1. Here it is.
I'm gonna game this kid. Found him. Got the hard. Nice. Good.
They hit the high ground.
Oh my goodness. This should be.
You got a stealth?
Oh, and she was like, I'm top 14, and now it's 29.
Let's go, boys! Let's do it, let's go!
Birthday breakfast in bed.
Welcome back here. Second Tranzlabs Call of Duty Warzone Streamer Showcase presented by Go Sports. Maddie Marshall alongside Jared Bratt, Ferocious, and Scotty Graham. Ferocious, so we just watched Rocky step up with his boys K Unit, with his son DJ, and take the second lobby. So we're heading into lobby number 3. You've been in this situation before. So, I mean, put yourself in some of these other these squads, headspace, where they're thinking, all right, man, maybe this did not go well here first in lobby 1, lobby 2. We got 3 more to work with, but we're kind of reaching the moment where they don't have any room to work with. In fact, we're kind of at that moment. What do you think?
Yeah, we're definitely like approaching like the precipice. You know, it's kind of the make or break for approaching that area. For the teams that are not doing as well as they would like to, this is pretty pivotal for them. And then these other teams that are doing very well just have to hang on. It is interesting this time. I feel like the last time it was the board was kind of swept from the beginning. And this time I feel like we're having a little more variation, but there's still time to come back. I know Mr. B Piffin is a little shaken right now, but I think there's time. There's time for plenty of people. There's time.
Well, and that's what's interesting because, and I'm really looking forward to seeing this scoreboard because, you know, you get to drop. There it is right there.
Wow.
So Kaya's still sitting at, oh, wow. And she's sitting up there with 10 points up on her dad, Rocky here. So Kaya Knuth sitting at 40. Her pops sitting at 30. Ronnie D's on squad. The Lords sitting still in the mix there at 28. But it is that push and shove moment
at the start of that game.
As we're about to jump into lobby number 3 with Corey Hall's squad's up there at 5. You got it's getting interesting here. But Ferocious, I do agree with you though.
Just landing the same
as we're dropping in Kaya right now. Is that there is some redemptive moments potentially coming up because if you have a situation where, let's just say Kaya wipes out early, Rocky wipes out early, you know, Ronnie's boys wipe out early, somebody could rise up there and start making a move. And then with the top 3 scores of what counts, and we have 3 more lobbies left to go, I don't know, we could see a change in the leaderboard here.
Yeah. I think there's so much talent left out there that hasn't been seen yet that there's definitely opportunity.
Well, Jared, what are you seeing right now just on the drop here? Anything you could get some gleam of some knowledge on?
Well, I mean, obviously we saw with the numbers that Kaya's team has put up, you know, they're sitting pretty, 10 points clear right now. So I think maybe this drop, they were like, hey, we're going to be a little safer. Let's get our guns. Let's get our loadout. You know, we have a little cushion. We got to be smart. Play, you know, not maybe, you know, let the kills come to us again, not have to play super aggressive. So it's going to be interesting to see how much they push. I would expect them to be this game, just a little more pause before they get into a fight, just to make sure they can win it, have all of their players together. But you know what I mean? The other teams have to catch up. I mean, this is the team on top.
Yeah, and this is the lobby right now. As we're going to head on over to Rocky's screen here and get a look on what they're looking at as we start this drop.
I think Rocky having some slight technical difficulties with his stream.
Yeah, maybe the weather's too nice out there on the West Coast, huh?
Well, we're back over to Kaya. They're probably both in the Pacific Northwest right now. I'll tell you what, in San Diego, it's absolutely gorgeous.
I think they're pushing towards Bodhi. Yep, I think so too. Hey, they're fighting.
Well, not only are they probably geographically in the same spot as far as where they live, but currently in Caldera, they're also in the same spot.
Yeah, good shit, good shit.
A little elimination there.
Kaya's going to get beam whoever is over there.
Yeah, one's dipping a little bit. Yeah, up here. Beam.
It was a long shot.
Oh,
Down.
great teamwork to down another one. That's 2 kills
Is that kid
already
still
for the
on our
squad.
loadout?
There's more still. There's more still.
Now I hear under. Oh yeah, I see. I don't really have a good
Kaya
gun.
pepper in with the SMG,
Good
just
shit,
trying
guys.
to put some numbers on here. You go, got the
Give me a
loadout.
loadout.
So they'll get their guns and kind of work their way through.
Unless they killed
See if we can get a family intervention here and see if they get together and decide to have a little fight here. It seems like our father might be in the area.
Well, it would be interesting if whoever wipes who at this point in the game, it would really be bad news for their overall score, seeing as they're sitting at 1 and 2 right now.
Absolutely.
I think one team already out of contention here as
I'm
we
gonna
have
get on
17 teams
top
left.
these
Unless
buildings
there's
real
a frenzy of jailbreaks again.
Hey, it's happened before. I wouldn't be surprised at this point.
Oh, I have no ammo.
Yeah, bro. I had to get some ammo.
Yeah.
I got my money.
I might get a.
Yeah, I believe they're just playing this smart, getting their guns, getting their. Here we go. Switch over to our former winner last round or last tournament, Mr. B, spectating at the moment. So I guess a little bit of frustration maybe coming in. That, you know, they may actually be out. He may be actually watching the gameplay here, looks like. So maybe, you know, with the next couple games, they'll kind of get back on, but looks like they got some talking to do here in the breaks.
They definitely do. And the situation now, hitting at lobby number
Across
3
from them. Give me a second.
currently is that they're running out of some
I got
time.
snapshots too. Hold on.
We got Ronnie D's on here on your screen.
They just got loadout.
Contention, I believe, in 5th place. So with 3 more to go, if Team Lords can step up, they could still win this one. But they do have a bit of a deficit to contend with.
Yeah, the Lords have been doing great in terms of kills. They just need to put the placements together here. You know, maybe settle into the format a little bit more, maybe a little bit less aggression, sacrifice maybe a few kills for a, you know, a larger upside on the placement.
I'm gonna shoot this here.
UAV money. I got UAV money. I'm gonna pop.
Yeah.
Yeah, looks like another team is wiped. Down to 15 squads out there, 41 bodies.
Yeah. Up top.
Two flying. Right here. Get ready to mark this kid, bro.
Again, great comms
We gotta fight this kid
from the Lords.
Yeah, it's all good.
So they're gonna walk into this building here and focus, I think, 1 or 2.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, nice. Nice.
Yeah, looks like they're playing this one slow. They want to get it right, get the kills. He's already marked one.
Yeah, great use of the snapshots here. Great way to give your team information on where the enemy's at.
I see him. One bullet. Nice.
Ferocious, as far as
Nice.
what we've
Okay,
seen of where
there's
these
a team to our
people are
right,
battling here on Caldera, any insight into the tactics that people are thinking about currently?
I know I've had a really hard time in this building before. All the stairs going up, the rooftop access, you know, all that kind of stuff. But it looks like they're gonna leave here. But same with these side buildings over here. There's so many points of contact, so many things to watch. You just constantly have to turn around, look at every window, all that kind of stuff. So, but it looks like they're doing a good job of that. And like Scotty said, the comms are great.
Yeah, they lost a teammate here.
And Ronnie neglecting to accept the girlfriend buff here as he kicks Stella out of the room.
Nice, Los. There's Corey.
That's Corey.
Bro, on my mark.
Looks like they're calling out Corey, right? It's for other paintball player.
Yeah. Yeah, if they wipe him, smack talk will be inevitable as Corey will probably never hear the end of it.
Yeah, I mean, Silos, who plays on Corey's squad, is on Ronnie's squad currently. So, yeah, practice is coming up for the next tournament. It's inevitable.
Laser.
Oh, another one.
He just died.
Ronnie gonna get taken down yet. Silos right over top of him to help, maybe trade the kill.
And we got a fire sale.
Close the door and get the res. Great teamwork from the Lords as Swag needs to be bought back.
Yeah, we had a fire sale pop off here, so we're gonna see how many people can get their UAV. Here he goes down again, Ronnie.
Yeah, this is exactly what I was saying. So many windows, so many things to watch.
Yeah, Silo's forced to run into that room. He's trying to fight out of that spot to get back to Ronnie. Ronnie just bleeding out currently.
Ronnie gonna get thirsted here. Unlucky, it's all up to Silos.
Nice. Left. Keep your eyes peeled. Let's go, baby.
Yeah, here we are, 10 teams. You know, here we are approaching, 2 is closing. And, now the teams are going to start peeling off the board a little bit here with the interactions they're having in this area.
Yeah, and this is a big moment. Big moment currently right now for Team Lords as Ronnie currently spectating, but down to 10 teams. They don't want to be in a situation where they're out of the running.
You got Keith.
Yeah.
You got Keith.
Oh my, he bought Keith back.
He got him.
He
got one.
He traded it off.
Wow.
Great play.
And there's a team
here. I think that's Kaya's team that they're fighting as I saw Silos take out Respect OG. Oh, and unlucky for Silos.
Looks like 9 kills.
In 10th place. Oh no, still alive.
They're spectating another team here.
Oh yeah.
Again, for the Lords, they need to put it together. They put themselves in a very hot spot, fighting 2 to 3 teams at once. Their premium right now is set on getting kills, but I think they need to rethink their strategy and put a higher value on getting those placements.
Yeah, they weren't doing bad on survivability and placement earlier. I mean, it's sitting at, believe 5th place, but so looks like we go to Rocky and gonna have some little issues with this stream, but Rocky's sitting at 2nd place right now.
Still there, 17 meters, straight ahead. 7 teams remain, 16 players.
Right now.
As the circle starts to creep in.
Yeah.
Again, rocking the heartbeat. Look at that great information as he knows one's in front of him up on the hill.
Looks like that last circle is going to be another wide open one as well.
Rotation 2. We got to
I think, again, timing is going to be everything here. You can't aggress that circle too early as it's very easy to get third-partied with no cover.
Stay in the window. Who's right here? He's right here.
And the meat of the circle is behind them, so they have to be. There's got to be a few teams sitting out there, waiting to push in at the last second here. So he knows he's got to clear that side before they even, as he's taking shots.
God damn it, dude.
Yeah, they're gonna make the play again a little too early, I think, as he's gonna get broken. Need a plate up. He's just tanking everything.
Yeah, made it through though. He's alive. Plates back up.
Can we go up?
Still
Can we go up right
in
here?
the fight.
Dude, this guy's fucking gonna bother me, man. He's right here. He's still there.
Rocky makes very efficient use of that heartbeat sensor. Probably the most of anyone that we see in these competitions so far through 2 Tranzlabs Streamer Showcase battles.
Almost a little bit of tunnel vision there from him as he tried to swing out wide to the right and got shot in the back. That third party again. I think this might be a solo in front of him.
Still don't see anything, bro.
Really bothering him is they want to try and gatekeep him out of the circle. As there he is, he's going to push towards him, going to break a few plates, chase him into the building. That's Fishy live. Hearing his Fishy going to run into the storm, come around as Rocky going to pick him up.
Oh, the Rocky might be getting.
well.
Yeah, Rocky gets another one here. So Rocky Knuth handling business for his squad, trying to again sitting at second place, trying to take his daughter down.
Right there where the
One of his teammates gets dropped. He's going to need to get the res out and get out of the storm here.
Watch out for this rotation out in this open field. They're gonna have to
So heading
cross.
into here, looking at Miss
They're
Reaper.
crossing right now.
This is Rocky's daughter-in-law. We got the Knuth very highly
Hey, we gotta
represented
go.
in
We
our
gotta
streamer
move up.
showcase.
Yeah, right.
Family runs deep in here.
Get ready to snipe, Fizz.
She's gonna have to make some decisions there about getting in that circle and up those rocks.
Yeah, unfortunately, a rough place for them to be, as they're gonna need to scale this mountain.
Someone's laying on you guys.
Get up top towards the circle.
A lot of conversation at the next dinner party for these ones here, I think.
On your roof.
For sure.
DJ, watch above the mountain. Broke one.
So we've got
That's
5
two
teams
running
left.
up on them. Yeah, down one. Can you
Ooh,
down
down
another?
two.
That's a
Team wipe,
double.
team wipe.
Yeah, double right there. 4 teams left to go here in our
Shielding up.
current lobby. Lobby number
I gotta
3.
rotate
Crucial
left.
moments here in lobby number
Busy,
3.
kids on green pressing
Really,
right now.
if you cannot score well in lobby number 3 and you had some rough goes of it,
You got eyes?
or if you've been just handling business to do
Broke
well here in
one.
lobby number 3 is huge.
Fuck, he's on the rock, right of the rock.
Gonna get broken.
D, you got eyes for
But I
us?
think
Or no?
as the rounds progress here, we're seeing that M4 is very meta as they're medium to close range fights.
Two other teams.
It looks like she's running a M4 and an SMG to boot.
Yeah, he must have a gas mask.
You guys, I got high ground up here.
Broke him,
Oh,
down.
Kaylani. Nice job by Kaylani here.
Oh, he's one tap. No.
Fuck.
He's so one tap.
Fizz, where you at? Got it.
Yeah, so
Broken,
it's
broken?
machine versus Knuth right now here.
Nice.
Whoa,
Let's go,
they're gonna get
boys!
another.
That's what I'm talking about. Let's get this shit. All right. I told y'all, this is the game. I just sweated my ass off, man.
Huge moment. Huge
Yeah,
moment for the
I guess
Knuth.
I guess they just won against Machine, who is a notorious, very patient bush camper. So I guess he didn't quite make it all the way.
And we haven't seen much from Machine, but yeah, there we are. You know, they're getting a second place finish.
Yeah,
get some
great.
points on the board. Some obviously got some kills along the way. And you know, we'll see where they track on the board here. Maybe get some new names on the top 10.
Yeah, now it's going to get a little interesting based on what we've been seeing. It really depends on where everyone's at with the kills, the placement in those bottom tier of the top tier. Who's going to be 3rd, 4th, 5th? How many kills did they get? As we head into you know, kind of the latter parts of this streamer showcase. But it is kind of getting down to it. But you know, based on what we saw in that first one, we were wondering how K Unit was going to respond. They've responded nicely. Kaya's been handling, her squad has been looking real good right now. All in Media is hanging in there. I didn't see where they finished though. I don't think they finished very high. I just didn't see how many kills they had.
I'm getting word that was actually All in Media who got second there, not Machine.
Okay.
Uh,
Oh, okay. That's huge. That's huge for All in Media, because now All in Media is in the mix right now. It's going to be All in Media, and it looks like K Units potentially, and then Kaya's squad potentially at 1, 2, and 3. We'll see how it all shakes down depending on the kills and some of these placements. But Frosha, what are you seeing out there so far? What's impressing you? What do you think?
First of all, I think that the communication has been excellent with all these top teams. They communicate so well. It's really showing just very strong teamwork, and in you know, games like this, you have to have that. I think it's also nice to have like a different spread of people that are doing very well. And so it feels like there's more of a fight going on. There's more competition and more possibilities.
Yeah. So, and then Scotty, look, we're going to jump into a replay here. And I mean, do you agree with Frosha? I totally agree. I feel like the communication is on point, and kind of really looking forward to see what's going to go down in these last 2 lobbies. And then also the solo set has been super fascinating to me as well. and we're going to get into that. That'll be the 6th lobby, but talk me through what you're seeing right here, Scotty.
Yeah, you know, Miss Reaper had great positioning here. I know they weren't up on the hill, but, you know, with 3 still alive against, you know, 5 or 3 other teams, 1 in the storm here, she picks up 1 kill and then transitions over to 1 more player on the other to the right side of these rocks. It was just great overall for her, as we saw her earlier pick up the double kill inside that house, keeping her teammate alive, gets the res off. You know, 1 down here brings it to a, you know, a 2-on-1 situation. Easy dub for them, as catches that player hiding behind that rock and finishes it off in style.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing what this leaderboard is going to look like, because I mean, it just kind of depending on a lot of things. Again, you get to drop the low 2 scores, so I just I mean, it's not wide open. I mean, we're definitely seeing favorites emerge here. Jared, what do you think?
Yeah, now it's interesting, right? We got 3 under the belt. We have some of those players that we've seen get a lot of kills, get to the top. Obviously, again, placement is important, but we're seeing a lot of kills from these other teams that are, you know, Kaya with a huge 10-point gap on her dad. The kills alone, you know, they didn't place like they should have in the other games. So it's going to be very interesting to see what the scoreboard comes up, because here it is now. Like those top teams in the top 5, they kind of know what they need to do, whereas the bottom ones are like they really got to make a run or to even crack into the top one, because after 3 games, if, you know, unfortunately you're sitting in the bottom 9. It's going to be very tough unless you just have an all-out great 2 games and just rack up the board basically, and the circle works your way. And you get the kills, the other team doesn't get the kills, so it's a lot that plays into that. But it's really the top 6, 7 that are really going to look at these last 2 games and really put a game plan together to try to get that top spot.
Yeah, I think the top 5, top maybe 6, 7 in the hunt. It just really depending. You could see a white from a top squad here completely change things, but if you've already put up huge numbers, I mean, Kaya's put up some massive numbers in these first 3. So, you know, I mean, she was 10 points up on K unit. And then, but just kind of depending, it's really all going to dictate on what we see on this scoreboard. And when we actually get a look at that as to the trajectory and the narrative moving forward for these last 2 lobbies, because you know, enabling yourself to drop those low 2 scores, it does kind of make things a little bit wider open. Because let's just say that All In Media, who, Scotty, you were saying you were getting some word that was there, that maybe they took second. We didn't see how many kills they had, but All In Media is in the mix. Ronnie D's on squad, the Lords, they got to be a little bit in the mix, even though they, you know, that probably will be one of their low scores. Maybe, who knows? You know, they could go out and, you know, not do well in these next 2 lobbies, but they could go out and win the next 2 lobbies and maybe win the tournament. It just really depends. So we kind of are on the precipice of that narrative moment. You know, who is going to take over? Who is going to fall off? It's kind of really tough to tell just based on what we've seen. Ferosha, from what you've seen so far through these lobbies, if you had to just pick one right now, who do you think is going to just take this money?
I think I gotta say Kaya. I think that they're so solid. They've done so well. I mean, her communication is great with her team. They can put up the kills. That might be the easy answer at this point, but I just feel confident in them.
Well, it looks like we're going to take a quick 2-minute break. We'll be right back after this with the updated scores, and then we can really dial in the conversation. We'll be right back.
He's coming around the wall. Got him.
As well get pushed by 2. Takes 1 down.
He's down.
He's down right now. It's up to Mantic.
I love their setup.
1 down. Limb.
There you go.
Nice. Wiped out by K unit.
Across the street, over to our left.
They're running right at him.
GG's.
Oh, that's a
No,
nice
here he's playing sarcasm 1v1. Here it is.
Oh!
Moving this kid. Found him. Got the hard. Nice. Good. You
He has the high ground.
Oh my goodness. This should be
got a self?
Oh, and she was like, I'm top 14, and now it's 29.
Let's go, boys! Let's do it, let's go!
stuff so far, everybody.
Good.
As
We
the
have the
NXL
stats?
headed to Chicago.
And welcome back here. The second Tranzlabs Call of Duty Warzone Streamer Showcase presented by Go Sports. I'm Matty Marshall. Man, it's been a blessing so far here through 3 lobbies. I got Scotty Graham, Jared Brandt, and Ferosha with us. We got 2 more to go, and then we have the solo lobby. And we're still waiting on the updated scores, but it is getting potentially complicated. Again, it really depending on who got the kills and where some of these other placements are. Some of the favorites have emerged. And still kind of waiting for some of these other squads to step up, man. Like, where's Mr. B, Mr. B Piffin? And we had some other big hitters in there. Omid Azuda was in there as well, too, with Steven's team, and haven't really seen them represent yet. So let's get a look at it here. So we got Kaya Knuth is still sitting up there at first place. She got 13 placement points. So look at that. 13 placement points as compared to All In Media's 20, but those kills, Kaya's team is just going off on the kills. 36 kills, leading the pack completely on everybody right now. Next closest to that is Ronnie Dizon's squad, Team Lords, at 32. They're sitting at third place right now, but they're down 49 points to 37. Again, now kind of getting into the nitty gritty here. So it's Kaya Knuth, All In Media, aka PB SAM or PB Sam, and then Ronnie's squad. K Unit is hanging in there. Mrs. Reaper hanging in there with the 15 placement points in that last one. So it's getting interesting here. Also in the mix still, depending on how it all shakes out, Just Zach, Tyler Humphrey, and Team Trauma, Corey Hall, and then Kayla Delancey. So as it stands right here, at what we're seeing, like, these are the competitors. The top 9 right here, these are the people that are probably going to be winning this cash. For Rosha, what do you think?
Yeah, I think especially that middle range of people right there, the Tyler Humphrey, Corey, and Kayla Delancey, they could push and do something, I think. And they're going to have to make that decision in these last 2 rounds if they want to break into that top 5 maybe. Other than that, obviously Kaya is taking it away, but Ronnie's right behind. So anything could happen.
Yeah, it's winner take all here. And we are going to be having the solo lobby. And from what we've seen out here, the solo lobby is going to be wide open. So the big killers on these top squads, but there are some other big killers potentially that are on some of these squads that have not statted up yet that could be in the mix on that solo game as well too, with some people that I'm looking at their KD ratios thinking, okay, well, these are the heavy hitters that where are they right now? We just haven't seen them because they haven't necessarily been relevant based on the situation. Obviously, like we always talk about, a lot of luck and a lot of skill involved in placing up in on that top leaderboard. But now heading into these last couple lobbies is definitely going to this is it right here. So yeah, but I mean it's cool to see Kaya Knuth up there with her squad, because they got a little bit of a bad shake in that last one. Scotty, what do you think?
Yeah, they definitely didn't do too well. They were middle of the pack in the first tournament, and now coming out lights out. I think between second and third, it's two sides of a coin. You have Sam's team, All In Media, great survivability. They've got a second place and a first place now, so they're heavily putting a premium on that on that placement. Whereas we have Ronnie's team putting all of their cards on getting all those kills. So I'd like to see them try and get a little bit more value out of their placements here, as Kaya's team is the front runner, as they're getting a little bit of both. Look at placement kills.
Look at the FOE clan though, dude. Legit. I mean, they're just running shop right now on the top 5. Again, with the way this tournament is formatted, it's not wide open right now, but they're putting themselves in a really good spot. They just have to hold on currently. And as we kind of round out the top 10 with Just Zach, Tyler Humphrey with Team Trauma, Corey Hall and the Latin Saints, Kaya Delancey, and then Fan Mode Gaming. So, and then the rest of everybody down there with Machine, Fishy Live, Mr. Mr. B Piffin. I just sitting at 12th. This is a shocker I didn't really think this is what we were going to see, but this is how it stands. And yeah, I mean, it's really just going to come down to these last 2 lobbies. If you want to get into it, this is the time, and just hope that it all shakes out on the drop. So, Jared, if on this drop, do you think that, again, with the way the points are, And as we've been talking about aggression and then playing that circle, what are you kind of hoping if you're, you know, sitting at like 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th place, knowing if you have 2 huge lobbies right now, you could go off, get a first and a first or a first and a second with a ton of kills and be in the mix for that money. Like, where's your heads at right now? What are you hoping this drop's going to be?
Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, teams that are in that below the top 5 fight, trying to get in there, you know, to potentially, you know, 2 games could turn anything. We've seen that before. You know, they gotta get their game plan right. I think with what Kaya has seen, for some reason, I believe may not be true, but she took a little bit of Mr. B Piffin, a little bit of Mr. K Unit, put it together, did a lot of VOD looking over the last time, because she is basically on the trajectory of what they did the last tournament, which was a recipe to win. They, you know, she's putting up massive numbers for kills. They're getting themselves in the top 5. Obviously, All Media Gaming, they're showing it with the placement. They're still getting kills. Rocky's in there. You know what I mean? So there's, you know, they're showing the recipe to get it together. But I think right now, you know, these 2 games now are crucial for those that want to just finish it out. You know, if I'm Kaya, you play smart, you get your kills, you move up the board. Everybody's got to catch you. So you can't make the mistake, because as soon as you do, obviously the game can get behind you.
Dropping in the next lobby here in just a few seconds. Ferocious, what are your thoughts here? Again, you've played in this situation before. What were you saying to your team at this moment right now with just a couple lobbies to go?
Yeah, well, when I played, we didn't do very well. So at this point, we were basically just trying to keep morale up. We're not Caldera players, you know, which is fine. And we basically just keep it together, try to be tactical, not do anything, you know, too wild. Get as many kills as we could at this point, just to get a few more points, because we were down there at the bottom.
All right, so we're dropping in here on lobby number 4 currently, and we're going to be dropping in with Rocky, Knuth, K-Unit. Scotty, your thoughts here as it's getting down to it, man. This is it. 2 more lobbies to go. Everyone needs big moments right now.
Yeah, Rocky's going to need a big showing here to try and catch up to his daughter, as it's a close race with the entire family over here. Might be a brawl at the next, you know, family dinner if something goes south here, but interesting circle as it's towards the, you know, the corner of the map, away from peak again, quite flat. However, a lot of buildings to work with here as they're going to drop mid. Doesn't look like too hot of a drop, as hopefully they can pick up some ground loot here and get some traction going.
Yeah, on the screen currently with K-Unit, Rocky Knuth, our solo victor from the first streamer showcase. We still have that coming up at the conclusion of the team battles. Let's listen in real quick.
It's full team.
Shit, I don't have a gun, Oos.
Lagging. Pushing it. Down him. Good look, shot. Other one's back here. Where's back here?
I don't have a gun, Oos.
Yeah, he's gone a long time without a gun now.
The team's dropped one, though. Maybe another one.
I know, it's okay. Just back off. Just back off.
Ronnie's already down here. This is not a good start.
We just get guns, and we don't get guns.
For Ronnie Dizon and his boys.
Like, I had
Team
an Owen
Lords.
gun, and I had a fucking pistol.
Yeah, I'm lucky for Ronning. Sounds like his team
Go
got
off
the
that?
board into the stick in terms of the ground loot there, as the opposing team seem to have some kind of meta in the Owen gun. Ronnie stuck with maybe a pistol and something garbage, but, you know, he can still win his gulag here.
Yeah, I think Ronnie, they found the recipe for getting kills. You know, they're second in kills, 32. They just got to find a way to get that placement right.
Oh, and dirty play from Keith as he wraps around and just roasts that kid to win his gulag. Switch over here to
are you guys good?
Lauren
I'm
KG.
I'm being hunted by that. Oh shit! Oh,
she's gonna get
Top window of yellow. I'm down.
Tom Brady and Molotov doesn't help her though.
I'm gonna try to get back in safe, but they were definitely top yellow. There's someone else on me in this building.
I gave her a little bit
They're
of the
here.
commentator curses. She's got to
They're
inchworm
here.
her way back to her team and try and get a res off here. As the storm's creeping in, it's not looking good for them.
Save yourself.
They better get moving.
Yeah.
She's telling her teammates to
gonna-
stay themselves as two of them are go down.
See it in the gulag. Nice job.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're doing.
Oh.
Here's Machine. This is he's a great player. He's very tactical. He thinks everything through. He's very thorough about the way he plays. But he can also be very aggressive when necessary. It's really fun to watch Machine play.
A little ballsy move up to the next set of.
Yeah, see, this is exactly. He'll sit back and be tactical and sit in a bush and watch, but he'll also do something crazy out of nowhere, which is take a truck into the middle of the circle to get a buy or something.
Yeah, riding around in Bertha right now.
Yeah.
See these maniacs just jumping on the top.
Yeah, he's not afraid of much.
Maybe we could check the loadout?
Obviously, Goodwill Kendall standing on the top of the truck is not afraid of anything either.
It's by itself? Fuck yeah.
There you go.
Luck of the draw here. They're going to pick up a loadout.
Yeah, he's going to place that truck as well. Try and give them a little
Sorry,
cover.
I'm just trying to block it so I can grab it. I'm on my sniper loadout I just made.
Jumping in, looking at fam mode right now. Mom mode,
yeah, this is
dad
what I was
mode.
saying. They're awesome camera setup.
It's insane. Like it's just, it's the most pro setup that we've seen. I mean, Ferocia, your setup's pretty sweet, but their setup's like insane.
Oh, it's better. Theirs is definitely better.
I'm gonna.
Yeah, it's very cool.
These houses were hit.
That's where I'm at right now.
Mom mode looks like she's dialed in right now, face right in the monitor.
Well, and apparently it's mom mode setup too. Like she's the one that set it all up.
She's the coordinator. She's the genius behind all
me.
this.
Brains.
Well, there we go.
Jumping into a fight right now. Corey Hall. This would be a big moment for them. Sitting top 10 currently, but they need a big two. They need a couple big ones.
Oh, nice kill. Takes one down. Maybe could get a res off here on Deuce.
Looks like he's going to.
It sounds like they might get third partied here, but he gets the res off. Hopefully he can make it to the circle. Coming up on that third circle of death that we've seen, 5-6 teams drop at the, turn of a dime here.
There's definitely guys like close straight in front of us. You gotta run.
Back to Rocky Knuth currently.
To your left, Deuce. He's one top. Good. Hey, watch out. Downey's coming in. Downey's coming in. We could literally just put back and
Yeah,
fight.
good comms from these guys. They're going to focus up on their bounty as the gulag closes.
Hit him again. I hit him again. Behind us.
They have their loadout guns to work with. It's good here, but they're going to get third party in the back. One of Rocky's teammates gets thirsted, taken down behind him towards the beach.
Oh my god, guys in front of us too.
They're going to need to escape here.
God damn it. Let's get out of there. Right here. I know there's guys in front of us, so.
Going to slide cancel, slither his way out of there. This other teammate gets taken down as well. So we switch over to Sam, all-in media team, who's spectating his
Be
teammate
another
right
one
now.
at the house we were initially at.
I'm dipping.
To your right, the house we were at.
I know.
Okay.
I know. I killed the one that killed you.
All in media still in the hunt here for the money. But they need a real big showing and they need a ton of kills.
Damn,
bro. That's not gonna help.
We have one more. We let it be.
Another bite of the commentator curse. They take 16th place.
Yeah.
Back on board with Rocky. A-Unit solo right now. 2 teammates down. Is going to need to buy him back as we saw the gulag
I don't have
close.
enough armor to really chow. Just gotta play circle.
Yep.
Yeah, Fishy live. Went live all back. Everyone's alive now. Rocky was talking about how he didn't have enough armor. And we're with Fishy here currently on your screen.
Classic car in Fishy's hand.
Do you need some more SMG? I just picked up some more.
Yeah. You don't mind.
Currently just playing the edge of the circle here. Looks like they have a little bit, plenty of cover in the buildings here. But just waiting out, letting some teams come into them, maybe get some kills. Looks like he needs to get himself
guys
a
up
couple
on the
kills
hill
here.
behind
Obviously,
us.
Fishy's team needs to get some points on the board here to get a strong game 5 as well.
Jared.
I'll check around here. Yeah, there's plenty here.
Kayla Delancey locked into a fight right now here. Ferocia, this is your girl, right?
Yep, it's my girl.
I cracked the one on top.
Yeah, if she can hold it together on the edge of this circle, I mean, her teammates are both alive and they're also very good as long as they don't get pinched.
Is there another one? Coughing.
Down 2.
What the fuck?
What's her loadout, Ferocia?
She actually changes her loadout a lot. I've seen. She's got a couple different ones. She uses an SMG car a lot. I think she does. I don't remember what it is, but then apparently now she also has an AR loadout. She switches it up a lot.
Scotty, we've been talking, and Jared, we've been talking a lot about loadouts. I mean, is that just what you're feeling most comfortable with in the moment? Maybe Scotty, we'll start with you, or based on obviously there's the meta, but what are your thoughts, Scotty?
Yeah, I think it's a lot of personal preference, what you feel comfortable with. I know we see like Fishy here is always on the car, but we notice Kaya and Ronnie and a lot of other teams running the M4 as well as an SMG like the Owen. So, it's all about what you're comfortable with. And like I said before, I think the game pretty balanced is Fishy. It's a nice shot, long range. That's why he's using the car.
Yeah.
Again, what he's comfortable with.
Yeah, that's what. And we talked about Fishy needs kills. Fishy, these guys need to step up right now. Big moment for them. He's kind of out in the open. He's trying to find some cover.
You got someone over here or no? Okay.
Yeah. You just land down.
Yeah, they're sitting pretty great right now. Is like
I
you
got a
said, we
mini.
need to find a couple more kills.
I
Only
got a
one
mini.
kill sitting on Fishy. We just saw a beautiful snipe. He's gonna need to double down.
Guy right on me. Guy right on me. Right on me. Right on me.
Where at?
Yeah, they need some kills. They need a placement.
Just right on me.
Gonna be dropping probably some of those early scores.
Gonna hit the stem, take him down. Great job from Fishy and his teammate Chevy Kid.
Merry Christmas, boys.
Short teams
We're in a
left.
top 4 situation here. 11 players left. Look how quick here we are. Not even close on 3
here you
yet.
go.
No, Jared, that's a really good point. I mean, we're already kind of down to it currently
let's go
here
left.
in this lobby.
We should go up top, I think.
Great comms from the Fishy squad as they also have a UAV to work with. That's great.
I'm going down over here. There's gonna be teams up here.
Oh, we got Tyler Humphrey, paintball legend here. Finally here on the show.
I'm gonna try to get like right here. Hey, Tyler, here's 30 more shots, okay? This is kind of on the high side still. Left. I think we said high.
It, but
Cool with it. I agree. No, look forget we had that one guy
with 0 kills, but 4 teams left. They made it in the money in terms of points.
Trees and rocks.
Top four situation. They're gonna work left towards the circle.
Watch these rocks right here.
Again, great comms from the paintball teams.
Yeah, let's listen in a little and about these comms here with some of these boys.
Okay, yeah, on your right here, lab ping. I cannot ping it. Right there, lab ping. I don't have the ammo for that.
Oh, great focus.
Crossbow them jokers. Nice
Good
job
for Tyler Humphreys. Gonna take one down there.
He's
at the rock.
Jump it back into Fishy's stream here on your screen.
Yeah, bitch, I saw you.
And I think with that kill on T Humphreys' stream, it's down to three squads left. And another great shot.
Man, he is just murdering right now with this loadout.
He may go for a res. I gotta move up a little bit, dude.
At least from what we see. Every time we cut the Fishy.
Cover me.
98 really working out well for him as they're going to get clustered and force them towards that circle. Honestly, not a bad thing for them. They now have dominance over the circle and kind of gatekeep the other teams out. He's cracked one. Great with the car 98. Let's see if we can get another kill here.
Crack that guy on the right. Up front. We're at. All right, we gotta push up and look down. Push down. They're all over here. They all fell down, so we can push down.
I think we have a 3v3v2. I think.
Yeah, great comms from these guys as they're gonna focus as a team.
We're up here.
Over to the team up on the ridge. They had to push towards them.
We're gonna have to run this way. There's also a team down low. Okay, up here, last.
Fishy's
up top
just
there.
hunting.
Do you see him?
Currently here.
Don't push
just
him too hard,
3
Chef.
teams
Don't push
left,
him. They gotta come this
7
way.
bodies on the map currently.
Watch it coming down here though.
Great comms from Fishy, bringing, reeling Chevy
Watch
Kid back in.
He
didn't want to overextend and bite off something more that he could chew over here. Fishy gonna spot one, narrowly missed the head.
Cracked them.
Oh, Fishy almost gets them.
Coming up the hill.
Fishy switching
Coming
it up.
Down the hill.
They get that kill up on the top of the hill.
Looks like he's going against the machine right now.
Let's go.
Oh,
there it is.
Victory. Fishy taking the dub here in this lobby. Massive. This could change things. I don't know, man. If Fishy was down there a little bit though, but this depending on how many kills total they had
Let's fucking go.
from the squad. So it looks like they're putting 20 points up. And well, the big point
we
right
just gotta
now
die in the beginning.
is that where is everyone else at? What did Kaya do? What did Rocky do? Where is everyone at in this situation? Is this going to be one they're tossing?
Let's go.
It's definitely getting it's going to get really interesting here as we're heading into to this last lobby, man. I don't know. What do you think, Jared?
Yeah, I mean, Ferocious Boy Machine looks like he was in the mix there, so it'd be great to see them in the top 10. Fishy obviously getting the win. Looks like they had 10 points or 10 kills plus the points for the first place. They got that. They're gonna have to do some work here in the last game, but put themselves in a position to be able to do something there. Finally getting their groove. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what Kaya and Rocky have done, and what the Media Boys have done. You know, we saw them a little bit in the middle of the pack. But at the end of the day, you know, this is it. The last game, put it all on the line. Those teams that are in that top 6 area is really the ones that probably are going to fight it out. So therefore, you just got to play your game right and try to place as high as you can and get those kills along the way.
Based on KD ratio, when I was looking at the stats earlier, thought Fishy Live would be in the mix at least at some point. Sure enough, they show up sitting at a 5.45. with you know, a 2.41, 1.04, and then a 2 even. So yeah, I mean, they're in the conversation right now. You get a victory. I couldn't see exactly how many kills they had, but I mean, yeah, they're in the mix right now. And it just really depends on how far down did everyone in that top place. Are they going to be? They're definitely, if you finish super far down, you're chucking that score because it is the best 3 of 5. So it's getting interesting, though. Anytime we see these things, I want to see a battle, man. I don't want to see like 1 or 2 teams run away with it. It's kind of fun if you can, you know, if we get like a 5-way battle to see who's going to win this thing before we head to the solo match where it just goes into, you know, everyone battling each other. Looks like we got a replay racked up here for the finish of that last lobby. Scotty, what do you got for us?
You know, great communication from the Fishy Live squad here. They worked very well together, and like we were talking about earlier, the preference and loadout came out huge for Fishy here as he was able to break some armors, pick up some crucial assists for the boys here. We're going to see him, you know, take out a bunch of plays from the opposing team. Really kind of helped his others, you know, his teammates. It sounds like they're using ARs, you know, focus those guys and pick up the limbs. You know, they work up towards.
Well, and then Jared with his loadout here, I mean, he's just sniping dudes from far away, just getting some kills and kind of being a big factor. What do you think about the way that Fishy and his squad went about taking this victory?
Yeah, maybe that's what they talked about. Fishy's like, hey, you know, I'm the ex-pro. Let me down one guy. That's one less on the board. And then we focus on the other 2. And, you know, placement was huge in this. I mean, the way they played this map right now looks, from our view, it looks great. Obviously, look, they're holding the circle. They have a little bit of high ground. They know where the players are. They're just being patient. Obviously, like Scotty said on the broadcast, told his player, Chevy, hey, you got to get back here. Don't be smart like that. Just come back. Let's play this. We really need the points, but we already racked up a good amount of kills. And then they just kind of wait this out and let them come to them and play their game. So, you know, a recipe for success here and to get that first place.
Well, and Ferocious, fascinating too from a tactical perspective of how they work this out. You can see, you know, he's pushing his boy up and then pulls him back, but kind of to engage with the enemy and then getting those snipe shots. Yeah, everyone combining with the victory. It was kind of best case scenario for them.
Yeah, I agree. And I am also a sniper myself. So it's really good that he was just locked on to those enemies the entire time. So he always had a visual. And being the sniper, he could take as many shots as he could and then let his teammates know where they were at all times. It was really well done.
Now the question is, based on the drop on this next one, is that can he keep it going and will they be relevant? We're just kind of waiting for the scoreboard right now because, you know, based on where it kind of stands, Fishy may need to go real big on this next one to have a chance to get that money. Kaya obviously leading the pack. It looked like they finished a little bit far down in this one, so maybe washing that score. Couldn't see where K Unit ended up or some of the other top 3, 4. But things could change a little bit here, which definitely makes things interesting heading into this you know, final lobby. It's kind of, I wouldn't say it's necessarily tough to call, but I mean, I feel like we kind of have to, until we see that scoreboard, I really don't know. I mean, based on what we've seen though, and we are definitely seeing certain teams come up, but all right, let's get a look at the scoreboard because that really dictates the narrative here as we head into this last one before we get into the solo set, see who's going to win this money. And it does look like Kaya's still there, but just 8 points down to who's that second? What is that? Oh, that's All In Media. So All In Media showed up, and they're only 8 points down. And even though it has team image there, so but yeah, and then Ronnie Dizon is sitting in there at 37, and then K Unit at 36, and then Mrs. Reaper. This is all the FOE clan. So the FOE clan is still representing right now. Jared, what are your thoughts here as we head into this last battle?
Yeah, we saw Fishy put like 22 points on the board. Unfortunately, wasn't able to crack the top 5. We thought maybe they'd sneak in there. FOE clan obviously still holding. I think this is pretty much maybe a couple points here and there, but what we saw prior to this game. So it's really for these top 5 teams. You're talking about not far really off. I mean, a good placement, a few kills could really, especially All In Media, only 8 points off. They put in a huge game. They saw they can place twice, 1 and 2. So if they can get themselves in that top 3, obviously try to grab that 1 and get a good amount of kills in there, they could easily take on that first place spot. But all 5 of these teams are definitely going to fight it out at the end and just have to play their game and get through it. And let's see if Ronnie's team can finally get that placement. That's the one thing they've been missing. They've been getting the kills. They just need to get themselves in a better position where they can get 8+ points in the placement.
Yeah, it did look like they got a really rough start of it. As soon as we cut to them, already Ronnie's on the ground and they were just in a bad spot. So for Rosha, heading into this last one, what are you expecting to see out of the teams that are sitting at the top? Do you think that you're going to try to preserve your spot, play a little more defensive, play the circle a little bit more, or do you think that Kaya's going to go at people? What are your thoughts?
If it were me, I think that it's so close in that top 5 that if one team has a bad round, which is the last round, of course, if one team has a bad round, any one of those other 4 could overtake that top spot if they play well. So it's hard to say. I mean, I think you need the points. So I would probably be more careful than anything and try and just lock in, the top spots instead of trying to be too aggressive for kills.
Well, and also knowing that you get to drop those last 2 with the scores. I mean, it just, it's going to be, makes it even more complex. Jared, what do you think?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think one of those top 5 teams needs to get a first place finish to really try to lock in and win. And obviously, if it's Kaya, we believe, with the kill count, they probably would have enough to win well, like we saw last time, Mr. B. Piffin. He went in first place in the last game. They played, I think they won the last game, if I remember correctly, or very high finish, high kill count. And, basically became a 2-legged race, right? It was them and Rocky's team with K Unit. So that's really what it is. It's just going to be, like Ferocious said, you gotta play smart in this last game, and you have to put together the right game plan. You can't make the mistake, because you make the mistake and all of a sudden team leapfrogs you, and there goes the money.
Yeah, and with this last one, it really is Kaya's event to lose right now. Scotty, I mean, she's sitting at first place. If they show up and they win this next one convincingly, they will take the money. It's obvious. And so it's kind of everyone else. They got to chase her and her squad. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's honestly on a dogfight between Sam and Ronnie's team, All In Media and the Lords. Ronnie's team, we see them time and time again putting up high kill games, but just not falling short of their placements. So I think if they can put a placement together in this last game, or even a dub, they can honestly secure the victory. But again, if Kaya's team is even top 3, I don't see them edging them out.
I think that's a good point, because if Ronnie's team Lords can show up, they can get the victory and put the type of kill count up that we've seen out of them not taking placements. And if they go off and get like a ton of kills, then it could get really interesting at the top end. But still, we got to wait to see how it shakes out. We're going to take a quick break, and we're going to be right back with this last lobby. We'll see you in just a few.
He's coming around the wall. Got him.
As well get pushed by 2. Takes one down.
He's down.
Down right now. It's up to Mantic.
I love their setup.
One down. Limb.
There you go.
Nice. Wiped out by K Unit.
Cross the street over to our left.
They're running right at him.
GG's.
Oh, that's a nice one-on-one.
He's playing sarcasm 1v1. Here it is.
I'm gonna game this kid. Found him. Got the hard. Nice. Good.
He has the high ground.
Oh!
Oh my goodness. This should be.
Oh my, she was like, I'm top 14 and now we're 29.
Let's go, boys! Let's do it, let's go!
Live.
Welcome back to the Tranzlabs Warzone Streamer Showcase, presented by Go Sports. I'm Andy Marshall here with Jared Brad, Scotty Graham, and Ferocious. We're heading into the last lobby right now, and it is a bit of a horse race. This definitely is not decided yet. Last time, Mr. B. Piffin was handling business in his squad and looked like they were going to take it in this moment. But right now, it still is a little bit up for grabs. But Kaya Knuth, she's looking real solid right now with her crew. And we're going to be jumping into this next lobby. And I'm kind of wondering what this drop is going to be like. And it looks like we are going to drop in with Kaya. So maybe, Jared, if you could kind of take it away and let us know what you're seeing on this drop once we actually get to it. But I mean, I don't know, man. This is going to be a close one. And then after this, don't go anywhere because we got the solo drop too. And there's $100 at stake for that.
Yeah, hey, we talked about it before. We want to see it this tournament, right? We want to see, how would you like to see Miss Reaper, Kaya Knuth, Rocky Knuth, last three teams, battle it out, top 5, winner takes all. So here they are again, dropping in. Looks like they're pretty safe at the moment here. Oh, no, they actually have one player behind them, so they might have a fight here. So get some guns, see if they can win their first fight here and start this thing up.
Little shotty on the ground loot. Kaya Knuth here on your screen, the leader, and if they could secure the victory, it's going to be their money to take home.
All right, Lodi's supposed to come in soon. So we just get Lodi.
Guys under BCG.
Under?
Yep.
Seems like they're playing again safe. I think they feel very comfortable with the 49 points right now. Obviously, they're out the bottom 2 games. They've had 2 phenomenal games, so this one could, as they get into a fight here.
Behind?
Yep.
Looks like they're trying to pick out the players. They're going to regroup themselves.
And it does look like Ronnie Dizon's squad Lords they're only 3 points behind. So, Scotty, like you were talking about, I mean, this is very much Ronnie Dizon's
and to my right.
chance and Team Lord's chance to take this
one
dub
on me,
away from Kaya if they can have a real big moment right now.
Yeah, they just need to, you know, take it a little bit slower and let the kills come to them. If they take a placement, they're going to have a high kill game regardless. So I think they just need to, you know, not overextend, you know, keep things very, very simple in terms of rotations, take space together, and I think they'll be in the money on this one.
Watch out for those kids that were, like, literally right behind us.
Alright guys, team that's in second place currently, Ronnie Dizon is dead, and so is Swag, so Silos is the only one left.
Oh, Jesus, not a good start here for Team Lords, as it looks like Silos is the only one alive. They get another rough start. Gulag is still open, though. Ferocious, what do you think about this start here?
It's going to be tough, but it looks like there's a buy station close by. As long as they can pull off some reses, they might be all right.
Yeah, here they are. I mean, they got to get their guys.
I'm gonna
back.
land on you
They
because
have
there's plates and
get
shit in
points
there.
on the board, right? They cannot fall short or they're done. They know they're not going to be in the money. So this is very important for them. Grab their loadout. They're at peak here, so they do have some upper ground. Obviously, it seems like they got to fight in this area.
Just know if the heli comes to us, that's them.
Sniffing around, but they just need to clear out, regroup there as they're doing, and keep pushing on.
Okay, hold on. Keith, there's a fucking
good ground load. He's got a satchel to work with as well. Keith's up as well. I think he won his gulag, so back to full strength here for the boys on the Lord squad. It's
Good before I get that
looking
matchup
good
coming.
at where it looked very
Yeah,
miserable there
well,
as we started to
Scotty,
slam.
but now they got to get back together and
Wanna try to take
it
this?
looks like attacking. They're
what?
on the Lords and
Oh,
heading to
yeah,
that
let me
direction.
go there.
Here is all in media.
People fighting here.
What am I taking?
Oh, on the
here.
helicopter.
Heard.
What do you think?
It looks empty.
Big
There's no
shout
guys
out to
here, though.
Distorted Geo
Should we take
jumping
it?
on board with all media here. He was the
You can keep
creator
it
of the
anyways.
Saturday Night Warzone.
Going on the other side.
So he is a player as well, has a lot
It's
of
clear.
experience. So let's see if he can help them maybe propel to first place here and get the points they need.
I mean, their teams have been doing solid this entire time. They're in the mix. If they could pull off a bunch of kills and a win right here, then maybe it'll be them. I don't know. We'll see.
I gotta give up. I gotta give up.
Oh,
Yeah, it looks like Corey just lost in the gulag.
Oh, I'm dead.
Right now we're on
And,
fan mode gaming.
Yep.
I couldn't.
You're gonna get a second chance, maybe.
Hey, I get to go.
Unlucky for fan mode.
what a transition on their stream. Beautiful.
Yep. Yeah, it's pretty flawless. All of their graphics and everything.
Well, the nice thing is we can go get our loadouts. If we win this.
Well, you're definitely winning that.
Yeah, getting some little bit input here from our production crew. Looks like Fishy Live is out spectating currently.
Mm.
He looks a little upset.
Yes, he does. He's got the finger on his nose, on his brow in frustration. That's never a good sign.
Nice.
Always solo still, right? Can still come away with some money here. So
Yeah,
gotta
good.
just mentally regroup.
Yeah, I mean, Fishy
You
Live
said
is
I got
poking
something
his
going
toys.
in, I got broke.
Oh, Tyler
I
Humphries,
guess somebody
T-Hump
shot me in
in
the
the
back or something.
gulag right now. Paintball legend.
Oh.
Oh, Mammo.
Oh,
saved
there we
it.
go.
Right there.
Gets waxed by
So-
Mammo.
Oh, you're kidding me right now.
Oh, cool as a cucumber.
Yeah, Mammo taking down a paintball legend, Tyler Humphries, and that's going to do it for his team probably. I mean, unfortunately, they were just never really in the hunt. And but, you know, maybe we'll see Tyler in the solo game.
A bullet right there.
There's just Zach.
He's got 6 kills.
Yeah, I think Zach's team has the highest KD, if I'm not mistaken.
That's looking good for them as I think he's already got his loadie or at least good meta guns. Again, Zach looking like he's running an AR SMG combo.
I don't want to die right here, bro. Guy floating above, like super freaking high above me. Right here, that's a plate, frick. Right here.
Targets in my sights.
Trying to pick one out here. Looks like waiting for his shot. Ooh.
Oh, he's going to run for it. He's going to try to get a drop on him right now.
12 teams left here in the last game. 28 players.
Might have went down the hill.
I can't. Everything in mine's is fuzzy.
Bombs? I think he's underneath.
They have a full team, so they can do some work here. Play smart, get the placement. You know, 6 kills is a lot. The other players may have some more, so add them up. Could take a run at it.
In the small shack.
Well, they need it right now.
It was in a bot scan.
It's where they're standing if they want to. I mean, it's just going to be so tough to take that money away from these top teams.
It's cracked.
Gets beamed from the side here. They focus one together as a team, neglecting a little bit of tunnel vision there. We spoke about that earlier. Oh my goodness, and they get mopped as a unit here. Unlucky for them.
Oh.
Well, it looks like just Zach is going to be getting eliminated and going to have to go into that solo round. We're back on board with Lonnie, so after a little bit of a rough start.
Let's go, baby.
Gets a quick kill here. Trying to pump his team up.
Come on, we're winning this game. Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, they're sitting at second.
Yeah, I like that.
This is very Ronnie D zone right here. Tense moment, but still focused and being positive.
I got a precision too if you get a knock.
Yeah, here we go. Look at this map. Peak is huge here. This is gonna be a very interesting last game. This final circle. Here we are creeping at the end of circle 2. This is where we start to see.
I can get snapshots
down
on
to 8
that.
teams. Might see a
If you
couple
wanna
drop off
wait
here.
on it.
Taking it.
What's that?
Cody, up here, you need it?
Yeah, so Rocky here on the low ground on your screen.
Oh,
Just locked in the gunfight right now.
I got
See if he
one
can
down.
live on the edge of the circle.
Other one's on you. Other one's right side. Down, dead.
Shit, I'm good.
Shit, I gotta fucking heal up.
Yeah, not the
boys.
greatest place on the map at the moment.
Shit, dude, we're not gonna get him out of here.
Ooh, it's going for a res here in the circle.
No man left
Oh.
behind.
Dude.
That was absolutely.
Oh.
Oh, it didn't make it.
I'm gonna move up.
Good res though. Good res. Now they can work together. The unit. Squad of 3 out of the circle.
Shit, good shit. Rotating.
Wow, another
rotating.
one.
Rotating left.
Some clutch play here from Rocky and his boys. Got his son on the team.
Well, we've seen him win from low ground, so and here we go. Ronnie up top.
He's coming towards you.
Nice.
So
That's
Ronnie
away.
D's on at the top of the mountain currently. Ferocious with the high ground here. We talked high ground, low ground.
Yep.
It's been kind of back and forth.
fighting,
What do you think about Ronnie D's on spot right now?
Yeah, I think that he's literally on the peak, and
I'm a little split from you guys still.
unless he gets sniped, I don't think he has a whole lot to worry
I'm
about.
letting him come up.
Yeah, I see him.
Copy that.
I'm open.
Copy that.
Yeah.
Broken one bullet.
I can barely see that guy. Nice.
Although that
Fishy is
circle is going to
eliminated,
push him
so-
in, he's going to have to make a decision on where to land in a few seconds.
Yeah, I think with his players
Yeah,
down
down
low,
here.
they're he's kind of sighting everything out.
I'm
and
jumping
he's
down
just gonna
on you
keep
guys.
moving now. Yep.
For the Lords, though, it's sitting on 3 kills, 4 teams left alive, and it looks like they're gonna have the high ground of this circle.
We got Rocky, so we're kind of chilling.
Yeah, so we know we have Rocky and his team, right? Top 5 teams in the mix still here with all
Yeah.
the players as we know. So this will be very interesting.
Closing moments here of this lobby, and the winner will be determined.
There's 3 teams besides
I don't
us.
think Kaya is still in there, so this could be huge because they're with Ronnie's team sitting at second place.
Yeah.
Levi was
Laser
6
one.
points.
Laser one.
Oh, huge kill. Huge kill from Ronnie and Keith focusing
There might be
together.
more. I gotta play.
9 players are left alive. That's 4 kills for Ronnie now.
Yeah, Ronnie plates up here with some kills and decent position. With, like you said, 4 teams left alive. Going to climb up to that high ground. Got his boys in front of him.
Got him.
It's looking like they're finally dialing it in as they're working and moving together as a unit. This is going to be huge if they can work out another
Shit.
kill here. That's another one for the squad.
Yeah, let's go left. Go left.
Top
go left,
3
go left.
right now minimum, so these points are huge for them.
Yeah, let's listen to these comms here in the closing moments
2
of
teams
this
left.
lobby. Great comms constantly from Team Lords.
Maybe in the house, like this.
Right below us. Definitely, those are the two we saw. We saw at least 2.
Yeah, in there for sure. I have 2 snapshots too. We have good zone.
Relocating the safe zone.
Oh yeah, I like this.
I got the right side.
On the left. One's
They're fighting.
So Omid Azuda
One's
is still
in here,
alive
one
down
bullet.
there
The
somewhere.
other 2 are in
Came
here.
in with a
Okay.
pretty nasty.
Do we get down on this red? I think we get on this ledge.
The last minute
Because that we know where the 2 teams are.
Ronnie and his boys can get it
Yeah.
shot in on him. Try to steal this victory. They got a chance here to take the dub.
These kids have to rotate out.
Yeah, they're in
We
the
win
best place if they have nobody behind
Down
them.
one.
I mean, they're just holding down the middle of the circle, which is up the hill.
Yeah, best case scenario for them right
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
They
Bow
have
that.
the
Bow
high
that. Bow
ground.
that. 100%. Bow it. Bow it. Bow it. Bow it in there.
This team out.
Keep doing it. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, now we have to
Another
rotate left,
kill for
okay?
this
We have to
squad.
go. We have to go now.
Switch back to Ronnie here. As you hear the other squad, they have to go as the circle's going to close in. It's going to be
They
all
have
up
to
to
push.
Ronnie, Swag,
I got the right side.
and Silos.
Me and Los got the right side.
We're split up. Regroup in the safe zone.
Yeah, and they know where they're at, Scotty, so it's just a matter of getting the right shots on.
Yeah, great
And they
comms
have
from
the
them as
high
a
ground.
snapshot.
Yeah, they got great comms. They got the high ground here. They know where they're at.
I'm wall banging him. Dead, dead.
Another great
3 on
kill
1.
from the boys. 3-on-1 scenario as Ronnie's going to move down the hill. And
Let's
keep
go,
on right here,
baby!
and that's a dub for the
Come
boys.
Oh, an absolute
14, 15, 16,
That was
17. 17
exactly
plus
what they
12,
needed
dude.
to
I think
do.
we just did it.
He called it. He said we're going to win this, and they did.
Yeah.
Let's
18
fucking
kills.
go, baby.
Great shots from the Lord.
Ferocious, absolutely. Like you said,
I think we could have
he
been
said
a little
that they
bit
were
more
going
in
to
the
do it,
mixer
and
to
that's
get more
exactly
kills.
what
Fine,
they
dude, we
did.
win.
I think they might have pulled off a victory here.
We just needed
with
one
that
big game,
huge kill
dude.
count. Scotty, Jared,
Let's fucking
we all
go.
talked about this. What did
Let's
they need to do?
fucking
They needed
go.
a huge kill count, and they needed that victory.
Come on.
They got it. Will it be enough? I don't know.
Hey,
I
good
think it will
comms the
be.
whole
I think
fucking
we just
time, too.
See we just saw the victory here right in front of our face. It was an amazing last-second performance
Mara.
to handle business and take this victory. Just unbelievable. I don't know, man. Again, we got to wait until we see that final score. You never know. But based on how that all shook out with how they were sitting at second
man, did we
place,
do it?
I really think that Team Lords just took the victory. Ferocia, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, that's an exact scenario that I thought was likely to happen. I mean, everything was so close at the end. If you just did everything the right way, you could definitely pull off the win, and they might have just done that.
Jared, what do you think?
Yeah, I think I'd be crazy to look at this scoreboard and not think they won that. I think that was like almost a 30-point game. I mean, they broke that thing that was sticking on them for 4 games. Could not get that high top 3 placement. They did that all at one, plus a huge kill count. I'd be shocked again if they don't end up walking away with the money.
Yeah, Scotty, I mean, I think we're all probably in agreement here just based on what we just saw. That was literally exactly, and he was calling it. He was like, we're going to win this, throwing confidence and vibes to his squad. As the closing moments of that lobby were going down, they were just chalking up kills. They had position, just perfectly tactically played. What are your last thoughts here on that lobby?
I think towards the end here, the transcend kicked in for the Lords here as they got some laser focus going on. Towards the end, they had the perfect scenario for them. They had the high ground, they had the circle. The other team had to push into them, and they just worked them out one by one. Tactically perfect and beautiful from the boys.
Yeah, we're still waiting on the last scores here, but I think we're all in consensus in that it's probably going to be a victory here, stealing it at the end. I mean, at no point in time was Team Lords and Ronnie Dizon's boys sitting at first place, but they just hung in there. Again, it's 5 lobbies, the best 3 out of 5. And in no lobby were they really ever truly, well, maybe they got some bad starts to it, but they just stayed focused, they stayed tenacious, and they hung in there. I think lobby 4 was probably their worst finish, but it doesn't matter. Again, you get to chuck those low 2 scores and keep those top 3 scores that we're seeing these closing moments. They have the high ground. They were communicating absolutely perfect. They knew the circle was going to close, and they just had it completely dialed. You know, I mean, Ferocious in this situation, I mean, I think they played it perfectly.
I couldn't agree more. I think it's exactly what they needed to do. They got a lot of kills, and they were patient, and they played the game the right way to also get the placement points. And it couldn't have been done any better.
And I think that, I mean, based on what we've seen, the 3 players that are on this team are going to be favorites in the solo lobby, which we're going to see coming up next. And Ferocious, I do want to get your thoughts on that solo lobby, is in the sense that, you know, you played in that one. You did very well. I think you were, what were you sitting at, top 4?
I was 4th. Yeah, I was 4th.
Yeah. So I'm getting news in my headset right now that we do have a winner, and it is Rondon Dizon. Ronnie Dizon does take the dub with his squad. Keith Brown and Silos Cortez show up, and they get that victory. And it was a hard-fought victory. We got to tip our hat in respect. I'm not wearing a hat currently on my bald head, but I will metaphorically tip that hat in respect to all the everyone that's on the. There we go. We got the Yankees. Thought you were Canadian, but the but it was very impressive, you know, because we had the Knuth kind of setting the pace the entire time. You know, we had that FOE squad up there the whole time, handling business and controlling that top 4. But the one team that just was hanging in there the whole time was Ronnie Dizon. Unbelievable performance by Ronnie Dizon, Keith Brown, and Silos Cortez to take the $500, man. Yeah, I mean, that was tenacious right there. That's what you want to see in a situation like that. So now I'm kind of wondering, heading into this solo round, because we do have some other, well, necessarily not, there are some decent ringers out here, at least looking at the KD ratios, and guys that we may think are girls that could be potential favorites in this, but it's going to get interesting here in this solo lobby that's going to be coming up next. But just real quick, before we head into all that, Ferocious, let me get your thoughts on the performance from the Lords. I mean, it was a come from behind victory, and they stayed mentally focused even though they were down.
Yeah, just to reiterate again, like, it was exactly what I was saying I would have done theoretically. Not focusing too much on kills, really trying to go in for the placement points, and it was done well. Their communication was, they were so dialed in. I mean, if you saw Ronnie's face, it just like never left. You know, so he just did really well. The whole team was excellent. They got all the points. They got the kill points and the placement points, and it was perfect.
You could see the FOE clan just handling, though, with 2, 3, and 4, with Kaya
sweep,
just leading the squad, leading the tournament the entire time until that very end. And I mean, man, if these points are the way that it stands, that's a pretty huge point margin at the end that Ronnie was able to put up with his boys. Also, Mrs. Reaper, and then K Unit, Rocky taking 4th. with that 5th place, right in there at 42. That was actually really close there on 4th and 5th. But still, Jared, your thoughts on this battle?
Yeah, like we talked it all along. Ronnie's team was getting the kills but couldn't get that placement. They finally did in the last game. I think from our view, and I think we all agree, you couldn't play a more perfect game than what they did. Everything just lined up. They played well. They were smart, and from the get-go, they were almost wiped. And all of a sudden, here you are. You're back into it. So until the game is over and you're out of it, there's always a chance. And they've been hanging around, and then they finally pulled the trigger, got the game that they needed, and as you can see, then just blew up at the end. And there it is. They go home with the money.
Yeah, All In Media, obviously, also a tip of hat and respect to them as well too, as they were hanging in there. They won that first one, and definitely a point of conversation the entire time. Scotty, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I was saying from the start, the Lords, the Rebirth Demons, just needed to put that premium on their placements, and that's what they did. All hopped up on Transcend on that last lobby, put it all together, and came out with a dub.
So Ferocia, we're jumping into the solo lobby next. I think we might have a commercial break. I'm not sure exactly where we're going to head into this, but it's going to be coming up here pretty soon. Again, you took 4th place in the solo out of a ton of people. I mean, I remember watching that. You were kind of just handling business out there, but it's kind of interesting tactically. It's a totally different scenario. So give people a little bit of an insight into what we're about to see here. So they're breaking away from their teams. Everyone's going to be by themselves. What are your thoughts on what it's going to take this money here in this last set?
Well, to start, I'm no pro at solos. Like I said, that was my first time ever playing solos, and I haven't done it since then.
Yeah, but you took 4th place, and I watched it happen.
And I kind of did it twice because there was a jailbreak. But it's in my mind, my intention is just to ride the circle and be patient. That was my strategy from the beginning. I know I did a lot of camping, but in solos, it's kind of what you do. You can't run and gun so much in solos. You have to watch people, listen to what's happening around you, all these kinds of things. And then when it counts is at the end, and then you're surrounded by people, and then you make your crucial decisions at that point. I did make a mistake because I was getting impatient, and I did take a sniper shot that gave away my location. It's fine. So if I had had a little more patience, I probably would have been, in the top 3, but I placed 4th. I'm okay with that. First time, it was good.
Yeah, so it looks like we are going to be jumping to a real slight break, and then we're going to jump right into that solo lobby to see who's going to take that extra money for this renewed solo battle. But again, a big congratulations to Ronnie Dizon and Team Lords, Silas Cortez and Keith Brown. And again, come from behind victory for them. So that was really fun to watch. We'll be right back after this. Stick with us.
He's coming around the wall. Got him.
Here as well, get pushed by 2. Take one down.
He's down.
Down right now. Off the Mantic.
I love their setup.
One down. Limb.
There you go. Nice. Wiped out by K unit.
Crossing the street, over to our left.
They're running right at him.
GG's.
Oh, that's enough.
He's playing sarcasm 1v1. Here it is.
I'm gonna game this kid. Down him. Got the hard. Nice. Good.
They have the high ground.
Oh my goodness. This should be.
You got a stealth?
And she was like, I'm top 14, and now it's 29.
Let's go, boys! Let's do it, let's go!
As the NXL headed to Chicago for the 2020 Windy City Major, the two names haunting the rest of the Pro League were familiar to anyone who had been a fan of the game in the modern era. Edmonton Impact and Houston Heat, with their wins at the first two events, were on familiar ground. These two teams have always been on the tip of everyone's tongues when talking about the best teams in the world. Again, they had proved their supremacy early on in the season. Now the question was, could they stay at the top with all the strong squads like Dynasty, X Factor, and the Russians, legends in their own right, hot on their heels? Also, new teams were in the hunt for their own slice of paintball greatness. For those at the bottom of the standings, a scary situation awaited them if they could not pull out of their downward spiral. Relegation back down to the semi-pro division awaited the last place team at the end of the year. This event was the last chance to prove yourself before the World Cup. To what would you give each moment in a day if you knew that you only get 4 unique and different days to shine? It is such an arbitrary number, 4, to be sure. But the parameters are set. You know the day of your execution or of your deliverance. This is a trial by combat. It's a day to define you, a day to test you.
Welcome back to the second Tranzlabs Call of Duty Warzone Streamer Showcase presented by Go Sports. I'm Matty Marshall, and I got Scotty Graham, Jared Brandt, and Ferosha here. So we're heading into our 6th lobby. It's going to be a solo lobby. Again, a big congratulations to Ronnie Dizon and his boys Keith Brown and Silos Cortez that took the victory here. Even though Kaya Knuth, 2nd place, they were playing absolutely nasty and were definitely in the hunt till the very end. There's actually a decent amount of teams there that maybe could have taken it, but man, Ronnie, they really just they stepped up in that last one. It was impressive. So now I'm kind of wondering here heading into this solo round. Again, Ferosha, I do have to lean upon you because as we get a look at our leaderboard here, that is the correct score. It was, you know, just again, top 3 scores count. You have 5 lobbies, the top 3 scores count, and Ronnie Dizon, they were just so consistent, and we're able to put that win up with a big kill count in that last one to take a big win, even though it was really close heading into this. Because if you look at 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th, 49, 46, 42, 41, that's really close. But that's 76 points is a big statement for Team Lords. But now heading into this solo round, you know, Ronnie, Keith, and Silos are going to go into you know, they're all going to be you know all by themselves here as we see the top 8 there essentially on your screen. Just to kind of wrap it up, and you got Mrs. Reaper there at 3rd, K Unit 4th, the media team at 5th, Fishy Live at 6th, Just Zach at 7th, Mr. B Piffin, our winner from the first one, at 8th, tied with Kayla Delancey. So we'll see how they fare in the next streamer showcase that we have. But Ferosha, so again, enlighten me a little bit here. We're about to drop into a solo round. Everyone's by themselves, a little bit different because now you have to immediately switch gears, where now you had some teammates to rely upon. Now it's just you're all by yourself. So a little bit more camping, a little bit more riding that circle. Again, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, that's I was just thinking of that because you go through this whole tournament, all these 5 rounds, and you're leaning on your teammates, they're leaning on you. There's all the communication, et cetera, et cetera. Very high energy, kind of high anxiety for a lot of people. And then you go into this solo round, and then you're just like, wait, what do I do? So you have to just rely on your own skills, your own instincts, like play it the way that you think it should be played. The way that I did it, you know, was very low key until the end. Some people are more aggressive, but yeah, it's definitely a switch. It's like a light switch from what you've just been doing for the last couple hours. And it's fun. It's fun.
Jared, what are your thoughts? Who do you think is going to take this one? I feel like there's a couple dark horses in here, depending on who's going to be staying in this solo round, on some of these other teams with these high KD ratios that could be favorites here. What do you think?
Yeah, obviously we've seen a lot of people putting up a lot of kills. The Zizon team, the Knuths, all media, you know, with the kill count being that high, you would think. But I would love to see somebody we really haven't seen yet come up all of a sudden and, you know, find a spot, play the game right, just follow their way, and see them walk away with the money. So it'd be very interesting. But obviously, we would think that a lot of these high kill people probably can hold their own in there as well.
Obviously, depending. Looks like the solo lobby's up, and then Scotty, it really kind of depends also on like where the drop's going to be and then also as the circle starts tightening up and where everyone's going to be in that spot. But based on what we're about to watch here on the solo drop, as we're kind of getting into it, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, the storyline of the last solo drop was half the lobby teaming with each other from their original squad teams. So we'll see if that's an issue here as well. But really, anyone's game at this point. A little bit longer of a match, but we'll see if aggression can pay off for some, or if everyone's just going to play the quiet and slow game.
It did make it fun, though. I mean, it was a little weird,
Yeah.
and everyone was kind of like, wait, what's going on? And I think we've done some things behind the scenes on the tech side to make that less prevalent here on this one. But yeah, that was definitely part of it. But at the end of the day, it is just you. So, we're about to see. Jared, just kind of on this drop, looks like we're watching our winner from the last one, Rocky, drop in. We're going to get the broad look on everybody. Jared, what do you think, man?
Yeah, I think Rocky's gonna, he'll drop safe, get his guns, play the game like he did last time, just kind of let it come to him, and then, make those crucial decisions at the end that are hopefully, he's obviously wants to repeat. He didn't get into the money with the team, so hopefully he can get himself a solo here. And everybody else should be thinking the same thing. Looks like we have a good group. Carney's wearing his ghillie suit, so he's ready for a solo. He'll probably be sitting in a bush, so let's see if he can maybe get himself up the board here. But it'll be very interesting to see who pulls out here.
I would love to see Nick Carney get it done here. Columbus level pro paintball player, is definitely always wears his eye black, and I think might have his ghillie suit on for this one. There he is.
There it is.
And the eye black, too, right?
I love it. I love it.
So we're looking at Carney kills here on your screen. And our solo drop, who's going to take it? Everyone by themselves right now.
He landed somewhere. Oh, there he goes.
It sounds like comms are pretty quiet, so I think the behind-the-scenes magicians have solved the teaming issue.
Yeah.
Ferocious, as far as like loot, loadout is concerned on the solo drop, does it change at all based on the team drop?
What you mean, like for me personally?
No, just in general, just for people that are kind of watching right now.
I mean, your ground loot can make or break anything. Obviously. I look for very specific things. I think a lot of people do. It also depends on what kind of team you're with, because you can have a team that's built of different kinds of players. So hopefully, in a perfect world, everybody finds the kind of ground loot they're looking for, and then you can all work with that. It doesn't always work that way, but...
Yeah, it looks like we had a chance to catch up with Carney earlier on in the week. Let's listen in.
So my name's Nick Carney, streamer out of the Ohio base, one of the professional players here, playing for Columbus level. A little bit of a variety streamer, some FPS, some Monster Hunter, some IRL, some art stuff, a little bit all over the place, but that's pretty much just who I am and what I bring to the table. So for the Warzone tournament, it's going to be a full Columbus level squad, and we got Tyler Doiak, who's one of my current players with me, and Greg Guerreri, who is one of our players who had to step away, but he's still part of the family, so it's a full Columbus level family coming at you. I'm gonna say Keith. I like, me and Keith have a real good back and forth with each other. We taunt each other off the field, on the field. I've already been, whispering in his ears for this. So that's who I'm looking forward to having fun with and trying to hunt him down and collide with him. Well, we're standing in bushes from what you can see. We're bringing all the tactics. We're going to be blending in. We're going to be coming at you from all angles. We're going to be finished on top this time. Whether if it's physically on top or on top in spirit, we'll be there.
Yes, Carney is always the character. But again, he's got his ghillie suit on here in this solo drop. See if it would be pretty magnificent if he could pull this one off. I would really love that if that actually happened, but I don't know if that's actually going to happen. We will see. And then also, Jared and Scotty and Frosha in situations like this, maybe Jared, you could just take it to start with, but it does seem that on the solo drops, everyone's kind of feeling it out, trying to get their loot, trying to get their load out. But then all of a sudden, it just, as that circle descends, just bodies are dropping everywhere, and it gets real dicey real quick.
Yeah, I mean, it takes well, okay, yep. And so it looks like we jumped in on something. There we go. We got Kayla. She's got 1 kill, 41 left. But yeah, I think it's loadout is big too in a solo. Obviously you have to get all the money yourself, get your guns. So that could be a big thing. I think the players that can get their loadout the soonest, or at least get aggressive guns that can hold off a good fight, have enough plates. You're going to see a bit what she's doing now is obviously just kind of surveying, but also staying in cover here. She is now trying to move out and kind of make a play here, maybe get some better loot. But it'll be definitely interesting because we'll see the numbers start to dwindle, as obviously we started with a bigger circle here now, other than we did with teams. So you're gonna have a little slower gameplay. But and that quickly, here we go. She gets engaged. Plating up. Just gonna try to see if we can win this fight. Surveying the land here, trying to find out where her opponent was. And this is the big thing too. You don't have you got to get out of that team mind frame. You have to get into the solo mind frame. You got to move by yourself. You know what I mean? And you have to not rely on anybody else. Everything has to come out of what you think is in front of you. So she's just retreating here, resetting, and try to get herself in a better position.
It's super hard to take those one-on-one engagements as early on with 40 players left alive. You never know if there's a third party or even a fourth party lurking around a corner. So usually not the best idea to try and aggressive fight with too many unknown variables going on.
Yeah, I think this is Omid here on our screen. Not exactly sure, but yeah, Omid, his KD ratio is pretty nasty. So he's a lawyer in real life, real smart dude. Real quick-witted. Whoa! See if he can prevail. Gets a little kill here. Just dices him up.
It's gonna melt that guy.
Place back up.
Now I think last time we saw a jailbreak, so hopefully players don't end up just exiting the game, leaving the lobby, and missing out on an opportunity to come back for $100.
Yeah, Ferosha, what was that like when you were in that situation? And I can't remember if it was you that called it, but somebody had called it like, hey, we could see a jailbreak, and then sure enough, it happened.
Yeah, I don't know if I called that. I think it was the last thing I was expecting. I was feeling really good, I was just excited to be like, in the top, third of people or whatever it was. And I was just waiting to see where the circle went, and then all of a sudden, everything changed.
Ah, a little surveillance.
Yeah, that's another thing I was thinking when we were watching Kayla is in scenarios like that, when there are so many people left in the lobby, it really comes down to a game of chicken a lot. Who's going to push, who's going to fall back, who's going to, make what decision. And sometimes it's tough when you don't have those team members anymore to make that choice.
Gas is closing in. Relocating the safe zone.
Oh.
Damn, I should have just left it alone, you guys.
Yeah, a perfect example of making decisions on whether or not you should do something. Yeah.
You got to get out of the mind frame. You have to get into the solo mind frame. You got to move by yourself. You know what I mean? You have to.
Yeah, it is a very interesting situation in this solo instance, because it's just completely different. It really is you by yourself, so it does kind of pay some dividends if you are very patient. Ferosha, you have been talking about this every time we've asked you about the solo round, because it is a completely different situation in the sense that we got a brand new prize, there's money at stake, and then we're back to Carney. But yeah, I mean, just biding your time and being patient, letting that circle collapse, letting people chew themselves up until it's it's time to start playing a little bit more aggressive.
Yeah, it can be hard sometimes when you see somebody close to you and you could take that shot, but it's not necessarily the right choice. You sometimes have to let people go if it's not going to end up the best for you, which is exactly how I lost because I was not patient enough. Oh, this is Royal Sanj. Sanj is very good. She also plays a lot of multiplayer.
Oh,
and it was from
commentator
Machine.
Oh, with the bow.
Oh no! Yeah, two great players. Machine is also Machine has done a ton of solo games in his time in Warzone. He really knows how to play these, and it's unfortunate for Sanj that he found her.
So we're looking at Machine here on your screen. Oh,
Nice shots.
Nice.
Well,
Get another bite at the apple here, so we'll see what she does.
I can't believe I fucking died to Machine in a.
Yeah, Sanj and Machine know each other, so there's her angry face at him.
Great. Little fun of it amongst friends, right?
Oh yeah.
So we got a returning solos champion right now, Rocky, as he is apparently just charging up the hill here at a vehicle. Just no regard to anyone around him, trying to get better position.
I mean, this also could be the play too if you want to pick up some kills. Is just driving around. You can take some shots, use the car as cover as well. On the classic heartbeat sensor on Rocky here.
Yeah, that's his move, man. He's been so proficient with that.
Yeah, listen, I'm also a huge fan of the heartbeat sensor. I know some people have some opinions about it, but it can definitely win some games for you.
Yeah.
Well, he was our winner from the last one. Yeah, different ways to play. Yeah, there's a slow way to play, and then there's just getting a vehicle and start charging forward. Yeah. Kayla, as she's riding dirty up the road.
Yeah, she's riding dirty in that Bertha. Seems pretty confident.
Singing to herself, she's comfortable.
Just waiting for somebody to shoot at her. Looks like Fishy's in a fight right now. We're down to 25 bodies out there.
Not sure where to look.
Fishy always dangerous with a car in his hands though, so
yeah.
Got his preferred loadout right now, looking dangerous.
Yeah, not the preferred weapon choice to necessarily clear a building, but he's just been so proficient with this loadout. So
it's a jailbreak.
Oh, we got a jailbreak.
Oh, here we go.
Getting flashbacks, Ferocious?
Yeah, I'm having serious flashbacks.
We're at 25, so we'll see how many drop in here.
Yeah, hopefully not too many people have left the game.
Yeah, so it just what are we gonna
So
reset
boring.
to? I mean, what's the over under on this, boys and girls? What do you guys think?
40.
Scotty? 40?
Yeah, I think I'm in 30s. I'm in the 30s.
Ferocia,
Well,
you're the most experienced here for us in this one. What was it last time? You remember?
I think I was at 14, and then it came back to like 39 or something like that. That might not be right. I don't remember. Something like that.
No, 36, I think it was.
Yeah.
36. Okay.
Somebody already died.
Yeah.
Down to 35.
Someone didn't pull the shoot right.
Yeah.
So we're still with Fishy here, as even with the jailbreak, and then it looks like, yeah, Kaya coming back here from the jailbreak. Gets another chance at it.
I'm familiar with this place too. That's the only reason why I want to go here too.
Another interesting thing is talking to yourself during solos. Because you're used to talking to your team, and then all of a sudden you're just talking to yourself.
It seems like a lot of people start doing that, though.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, you have to. I mean, it's part of like just natural, but at the same time, you're kind of working it through in your brain.
Well, Kaya's got a chance here. She wasn't able to get it done in the team game, but still has a chance in the solo match. I'm wondering if her dad's still out there. I'm guessing he is. Last time we saw him, he was in a truck just cannonballing up a hill.
think I'd rather have a gun
And you
with
heard
that money right
you heard Kaya say that she's dropping at this location because she's familiar with it. That can help her a lot with finding good ground loot. Like she's finding right here, a couple of golden guns for her.
Looks like we dropped off from the jailbreak there down to 29 players, so Circle 3 is starting to close up.
I don't really have any rush. I don't have any rush. I have okay guns. I can get the stabby on the way.
So it looks like with fam mode that mom mode is dad mode's out and fam mode or mom mode is still in.
I should be rotating with my sniper. out.
And rightfully so because she set up all their gear, so she should definitely still be in this. Solo match.
Hello, guys.
Yeah, mom mode definitely gets very intense.
Like you said.
Okay, so we got people up here. All right. I'm gonna continue rotate. Right.
Is like dad mode hanging out on the sideline and as she kind of talks to him about it, or
yeah, their desk setup is they have like an L desk, and then the long part goes in between them, so he's actually next to her.
Top 25, I'll be happy.
Separated by
I
maybe
see a little bit of
4 or
money
5
for a
feet.
UAV. Oh, I thought that. Guys, it's bad when I think like a tree is a person. Oh. Ooh, 2 vehicles? Oh, I don't like this. There are 2 vehicles just rotating around.
Comes dad mode back.
Yeah.
Cheer on his wifey gamer.
KDR, I should have stayed in as well.
Yeah, I think we're gonna see a slower pace, like we're seeing right now. Maybe until the last 3 circles.
But yeah, I feel Scotty, I'm with you on that. I feel like it was kind of like this last time, and then it went from
I shouldn't have shot.
Kind of like a peaceful walk through the woods with your gun to like
Heather,
a massive firefight, all within the framework of maybe about 2 minutes.
Yeah, the pressure of the circles really bring it 0 to 100 really quick. As I guess some usual one-on-one fights going on here out in the exterior of the circle, but really everyone I think just waiting on the circle to close down and force them to take those fights.
Oh, Tyler Humphrey. Mama was talking about somebody in the vehicle, and here's Tyler Humphrey. Jumps in another one.
Yep, secures the bag on a loadout, so he'll be able to go into some fights with some good gear.
Got stuck in the river, got the ditch.
Gets caught out in the open. So unlucky. Holding a loadout marker too.
Oh, so Tyler taken out by one of his boys that he brought into the event, playing on the team with them. Unfortunate for Tyler Humphreys, paintball legend, world champ, all-star MVP. Looks like he's taking the 25th here. And back into Sarcasm. Sarcasm looking real good early on in the team fights, but didn't see much out of that squad from the Beast in the East as the lobbies continued, but still alive right now in the solo round.
Get up without a problem.
Yeah, he's got 3 kills, so he's feeling pretty confident, I would think. He went pretty well into the last solo, so he does have some experience with this. I think he was in the top 5, maybe top 6.
Somebody has to have.
But he's talking to himself as we see the streamers are, and trying to figure this puzzle out.
Not gonna take a chance.
Here's the Machine.
Yeah. Machine is huge on tacticals, on anything he can get his hands on. A chopper, a truck, anything.
I don't like this at all.
He just said, I don't like this at all. He also will use any bush advantage. He might seem a little busy right now, but he is actually a very patient player. And I expect him to do pretty well.
Well, he had to just gorilla beat his chest to let himself sit in this tree currently.
Yeah,
so.
for sure. Yeah. He's always said that he might look okay on the outside, but on the inside he's screaming.
Yeah,
Well,
21 players left
Yeah,
alive here.
yeah, he's got time. Everyone has time to work with here. The zone has not collapsed yet. We're back to fishy.
And the
Fishy
stun.
taken out.
The stun plays him, does him dirty.
All right, I'm done. Thank God that's over.
Sigh of relief.
Oh, I'm not ghosted.
Fuck.
Uh-oh.
Oh, sudden realization.
Here we go. Things starting to get spicy. The gulag closes and the circle starts to get pretty small. 17.
Yeah, the body's gonna start dropping
16.
here, like we saw it. Yeah, just like we saw last time. 16 bodies out there.
Oh, there's my ghost.
He
But
going
everyone
for
and
his
their mom is
car?
going to be on that loadout.
Machine trying to make a play here. Get his ghost and work his way into the circle.
If I'm going to die, I'm going to die like a man.
Die like a man, Machine.
Great commentary.
Oh, Sarcasm Rock's getting in a heated battle here.
Yeah, looks like maybe Machine dumped that car right on the edge of that circle.
Was just getting beamed through the wall.
I don't have
Oh,
plates.
not the same car.
It's gonna be rough.
Sarcasm Rocks has the advantage here over this player in the house
Yeah,
as the half the house out of the circle.
Don't have plates.
Yeah, hopefully this doesn't hurt him with this waiting here and another player push in on him.
Oh, beaming
Oh,
right
there
now.
we
Gets
go.
the kill.
Oh,
Great job from Sarcasm.
he's got 5 kills.
Yeah.
Duos think alike.
Hey, Royal Sand still in it.
She made it through all the craziness.
Yeah, she looks a little petrified right now.
Just a bit. Just a touch.
She's got her guns though. So
Wow!
got a
Whoa!
chance.
Hey!
Broke the top
Uncalled
10 though,
for.
sitting at 9 teams
Yeah.
left alive though.
She's a good shot, and she has the advantage right now if she can land it.
She's got the little Rocky Knuth heartbeat sensor going on.
My heart is pounding, and also there's a rose skin. I thought we agreed no rose skin.
That's a good point.
Looks like the Bruin is in her hand. She's feeling comfortable with the old school meta.
Yeah, the old broken gun. Used to just melt everyone. A little more balanced nowadays, but she's got high ground and the edge of the circle, so it's looking good for her.
Oh. So I just got some word that Rocky has been eliminated. So our winner from the first solo is not going to repeat. It's going to be a new victor. Who's it
Yeah,
going
we
to
got
be, though?
top 6 here.
Yeah, top 6. I mean, it's getting down to it. Oh, Sarcasm's still in it.
Oh, so Sands just went down from Sarcasm.
Yeah, it looks like Sarcasm Rocks got the drop on Sand. She came up behind her. As Sarcasm sitting on 6 kills with 4 players left alive. Also got 6 spectators as well.
Just dropped to 3. Here we go. Three players left.
Yeah, we're getting down to it right now to see who's going to take this money in the solo round here, our last round of the evening.
The circle's still pretty big for 3 players that are left alive, so I think it's probably going to come down to a one-on-one here if somebody can get picked off. And there's Sarcasm again.
Oh, Sarcasm.
Just
Nailing
beaming
it.
right
There
now.
it is.
That's his
Absolutely
7th kill.
dialed. Wow. He was dialed in the last one-on-one. He just kind of got a bad beat, but he's looking absolutely fabulous currently.
1v1.
Yeah, 1v1 scenario, and he's got high ground again, close to the circle as well.
Who is the one? Who is the 1v1 verse?
I love that my guy was coughing with a gas mask.
So it looks like it's Slizzy.
All right,
Slizzy.
low.
I'm getting some input in my headset right now, but
Realistically, I should be up there.
let's see if
but
Sarcasm can take the
I'm not
victory
gonna lose
here.
my time.
He does have some high ground.
Yeah, and I think he's talking over the right play. If he can not spot them, is to get to that spot, having the high ground, the cover, and the circle on their side. So
He's gonna commit a little bit. He's coming back down from the high ground. Has that other rock formation to work with. He's got some trees also. Okay, so the last person left alive here against Sarcasm was from Tyler Humphrey's squad.
Just need to get lucky here, get the drop on the other player, as he's gonna be swapping around, trying to decide which gun he needs to play with. I think he needs to go with the SMG here, as it's closing in nice and close. The circle's gonna move through the storm here.
Yeah, he's trying to get a little bit, keep that high ground. You can see there to his right, he's looking at it, posted up. Oh, looks like he might have his opponent in front of him who has the high ground potentially.
Yeah, so much cover to work with here. It's gonna be tough to find the player.
potentially may have seen him here.
Just walking him. Trying to
Sarcasm
walk him.
Rocks doing a good job keeping his head on a swivel.
Oh.
Oh, he gets a drop on him. Unlucky.
Just bullets away.
So here's the winner who needs a little bit more light on his setup here, but
Yeah, there's a face back there somewhere.
yeah, you can see the forehead a little bit. And I'm just again talking to the production crew. Is it Slidzy? It is Slidzy taking the victory. He was on Tyler Harmon's team.
Well played.
He's going to be taking that $100 courtesy of Tranzlabs in the one-on-one at the end against Sarcasm in the solo lobby. So that is going to do it, man. Wow. That was I mean, based on what we saw with Sarcasm and how many kills he was putting up, I would have given him the advantage in that one, but he ended up losing that last one. So we'll get some last thoughts before we sign off. Scotty, we'll start with you. Let's talk about the last solo lobby first, then we'll talk about the team play. But just what you were seeing in that last solo lobby with Sarcasm getting taken out at the end.
Yeah, I mean, throughout the whole lobby, it was a slow drip of people slowly getting picked away. The pace was pretty slow until the end, where Sarcasm was coming up behind all kinds of players, picking up 7 kills. But unfortunately, that other player there on Tyler Humphrey's squad got the drop on him, just bullets away, had him broke, but the other player just got a few more shots on him, take him down for the dub.
Jared, we had some of the big favorites in there for a little bit. A lot of people getting in vehicles, trying to feel it out. But based on how the zone was closing and collapsing, what were your thoughts?
Yeah, we saw some of the big hitters drop out early or make it to the mid game. Love it to see a player we didn't really get to see much of, obviously walk away with the money. It was very interesting. Again, would have thought Sarcasm had the upper hand there, just couldn't get that final bullet or two to finish it off and cap off. Would have been a great solo. 8 kills is huge in that amount, especially with the size of the map like that. But all in all, it was a very good solo. I thought it was well balanced throughout.
Ferocia, and we are going to look at the top 10 before we sign off. But you made it super far in the solo round last time, and I'm so happy to have you here in our commentator crew for this battle. But yeah, so you took that fourth, and then just based on what you saw in that last solo round, what do you think? Did Sarcasm need to do anything different, or did he just not get the drop in on? I think it was Slizzy. I think that was the name of who was the last person that took it.
I think that Sarcasm did everything right. It was complicated at the end. There are so many rocks and trees and all kinds of things. You have to just literally and metaphorically weed your way through that. And like we said, it was just bullets away from having that kill, and it was just a 1 second of timing that changed it.
Yeah, and let's get our thoughts here on the solo victory in this tournament here. If we could get that graphic, hopefully up on the screen, as it was Ronnie Dizon's squad with Keith Brown and Silos Cortez that ended up taking the victory, and they kind of squeezed it out at the end. It was come from behind victory, because when we kept checking that top 5, top 10, the leaderboard, they were not sitting at first place. It was Kaya Knuth and her squad, Kaya Knuth 13, who ended up 49 points. But with the fact that Ronnie Dizon's squad was able to put 67 points up, 50 kills. You see that big difference there. 50 kills for Ronnie's squad, Team Lords, 36 for Kaya's squad, Mrs. Reaper 23, K Unit 27. I mean, that's a drastic difference in kills. You see the placement points also with that first place at the end. The 15 points were Ronnie's squad. You know, they only had 2 before that. So just that last, again, top 3 is what counts. So it was just kind of a really interesting end to it. You know, we saw Mr. B. Piffin take it away, kind of, I wouldn't say by a landslide, but a little bit closer battle this time. We'll get everyone's thoughts before we sign off. Jared, what do you think about this specific streamer showcase here and what we saw out there?
I thought it was great. As you saw the points, other than the last game with Ronnie's team, it was a great balance. We had, you know, I think there was like 6 or 7 teams that kind of lived in the top 7 throughout that whole time. And we had some come in and out, but, you know, we had about 4 or 5 that always were living there at the top of the board. But I you know, it's, again, you know, Ronnie was missing that one piece, the perfect timing. They put it together at the last game and they walk away with the money. And so I thought it was a great showcase of all the teams that came out. And, you know, there's obviously more to come in the future. So teams can build on this as they play through more of the tournaments.
Scotty, your last thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, we kind of buffed the lobby with a little more KD players in this showcase, and the Rebirth Demons came out on top. The Lords, but I mean, it's scary if they come back. You know, they understand the format now. I mean, if they placed every round, it would have been a clean sweep, right? So, you know, if they start putting more emphasis on their placements, they're looking real scary heading into the next showcase.
Yeah, and then Ferocious, obviously, you know, some of your friends are in this one, and we did have a little bit more of a stout lineup this time. So I'm just kind of wondering, I feel like now that people know, hey, we go win a little bit of money, let's like load up here. Obviously, there is a level of the KD ratio that is allowed, but it was kind of cool to see the competition out here. It was pretty close out there. Your final thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, the recurring theme here is the balance, and I think that is what really made this competition the most entertaining. On top of that, the solo round, I mean, people showed up that we didn't get to see a lot of in the rest of the competition. So it just goes to show that, you know, teamwork is one thing, all solo work is another thing, and anybody can show up and do some incredible stuff. So it's really good to see.
Yeah, so it was a pleasure to watch this battle here. We're going to have more coming at you. Really appreciate everyone coming out and checking it out, and appreciate everyone here dialing it in and tuning in. So yeah, it was just a really fun battle that went down here at the second Tranzlabs Call of Duty Warzone Streamer Showcase, presented by Go Sports. I'm Maddie Marshall, and on behalf of Scotty Graham, Jared Brandt, and Ferocious, we'll see you guys next time.
He's coming around the wall. Got him.